Thursday, partly sunny and nice 73. And let's bring some more showers and thunderstorms in Friday and Friday night. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Cloudy skies, 79 at the moment, downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. I bet no KMOX host in the past started their show this way. I don't feel good and I'm pissing.
Uh-oh.
So that could be great for the show.
Is one causing the other?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
probably.
know which is which or not?
Well, I don't think the pissiness is making my stomach feel bad.
I gotcha.
So I'm
So
probably
probably
just,
the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Been there.
I like whenever I'm playing the bumper music and I can hear Dave humming to it.
I didn't know I did that.
Yeah, you do sometimes.
That
you were just now.
That's very fun. I've had other people tell me that.
Really?
And I'm completely not cognizant of it. That's pretty funny. Hey, you want to tell them about my yo-yo skill?
Yeah, you yo-yo real good.
Thanks.
I was really surprised. Dave came in and he was like, I want to try it. And then he did it and it went down and I was like, yup, ain't so easy, is it? And then it popped right back up. I was like, what?
And I immediately set it down.
And then you were like, I'm getting out ahead.
I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try anything else.
Just take the victory.
take the win.
Yeah.
Just keep on walking. It's never worked for me. Continuing to try.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying.
It always bites you in the ass.
So if you just kept going, you're like, nope, not going to happen.
Yeah. I would find a way to screw it up.
I definitely don't have the patience for yo-yo.
My best example of that, I haven't told this story in a long time, but it's such a cautionary tale. I was not much of an academic until like my senior year in college, probably, and started feeling smart. And I had this psychology class, and we wrote a real psychology paper. And the deal with this professor, Professor Kofeld, was that if you write a paper and I give you a grade, you have one chance, you can do it again and get a better grade. And I got the highest score in the class, I got a 92, and he called me back in his office. He was treating me like a colleague and, basically smoking pipes together. And he goes, now, you could write it again, but, and he kind of was like, you're not one of those idiots. Like, you're one of us. So you're cool with your 92. And here's what I did. You can totally see this. I go, Professor, you don't know me very well. I always strive for excellence and perfection. I would like to try it again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see where this is going. So I wrote the whole thing over again and got an 81. I made it worse. I went from the best grade in the class to like a low B, and he never looked at me the same. And I really did. I'm like, 19, 20 at the time? I'm like, okay, let's learn from this. Take the win, leave well enough alone, don't try to impress, just walk out the room.
So the question I have is, was that actual confidence, or was that just putting on a show thinking, I'll show him because he's smart and I'm going to be smart too?
What do you think?
I don't know.
100% fake.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because when you're young, you have false confidence,
Yeah, but
Everybody does.
It was very performative. Very performative.
How do you think you made it worse?
It's a great question, Rach. I don't know. I just rewrote it and wrote it badly. So, learn from that, kids.
No bueno.
Leave well enough alone.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of college, I have a couple of issues. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I mostly know it from my TikTok. Bad year to be a graduation keynote speaker.
Why?
Oh man, people
just because there's
people are getting booed off the stage. And,
yeah.
These grads are not messing around. Like maybe a dozen or so, like people whose name I knew, big CEOs and stuff going in, and it's mostly over AI. You know, like every time they mention AI, the kids go crazy and boo.
Because these very, very rich CEOs are going up to these like literal children and being like, "Yep, I'm gonna own you with AI in just a couple of short years," and the kids don't want to hear it.
I guess. And then the other thing, I've waited a whole year to talk about this because I met a person and they didn't know me, and we had a conversation, and they said, "I'm going to start listening to your show." So I had to be careful because I didn't want to say this and have them go, "That's me." But I met this person at a function, and not only did they introduce themselves to me as Dr. Jones, but I was with a couple of other people in the little gaggle, and they introduced themselves again. And so one of the people I was with knew this person, and I said, like, "Oh, what's their PhD in?" And they said, "Oh, they don't have a PhD. They're plugged in with a local university, and they got an honorary degree." Yeah.
I ain't calling you doctor.
Right? Yeah.
What does that mean, plugged in with a local university? What
Probably
does
a
that
donor.
mean?
Yeah.
So you paid a bunch of money and now you get to be a doctor?
Yeah.
You didn't have to, like...
I don't like false title, like, ceremonial titles.
Would you take one?
No. And even if it was given, I might go through the process, but I would never say, like, "Please call me doctor."
I feel like it's a little, I don't know, it's a little too serious to call it a false title. I mean, I don't know.
It is. It's made up. It's fake. You didn't earn it. You didn't do anything. You just got given it. It's fake.
It's an award.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a
It's just funny because I don't like it. I don't like being like, these are the same people who yada, 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 because that's never like always true.
Sure.
But there's so many people in positions of power, rich people, privileged people who are like, I got everything I have from working super hard. And maybe if you would just work harder and pull yourself up from your bootstraps, you could be just like me. But more and more I'm learning. People just, if you have money, like everything just falls into your lap. I mean, sorry, but
yeah, and in a lot of
the
cases,
right people, things just keep going your way
I was
forever.
just gonna say a lot of it is knowing the right people, and then being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
and that's like 99% of all success.
So my other grad thing, I forget who it was, but one of the keynote speakers I'm talking about, played an EDM song for the kids. And they're like bopping around. And he goes, "I wrote that with AI in 10 seconds. And then they all started booing and stuff.
Well, because you didn't write it.
Right. But my question was, to what degree is currently, and what worries you have in the future, that AI will seriously besmirch and stain and maybe kind of ruin creativity? Like if I said, I'm not a natural songwriter, but let's say I sat down and I woodshedded it and it took me 6 months and I wrote a pretty good song. And then some guy's like, "I can do better than that. Watch this. Boop, AI done."
Because he can't do better. That's
Maybe
why
they could. I mean,
that's
like,
why
they
it
keep
won't.
being on the top of the charts and stuff.
Like, I
You think that's more like
don't really
voting
believe
for an
that
unattractive
sort
person
of-
to be prom king?
No, I just don't really think any of that stuff's actually happening. I have yet to hear on the radio a single AI song, and yet we keep hearing how they're the top of the charts, right? So I don't actually believe any of that's really happening. And the reason that I think that AI won't actually manage to kill creativity, it'll kill parts of what we know, right? Like, I feel like every time I watch, like, cable television, like terrestrial television or whatever, I see at least like 2 commercials on every commercial break where I'm like, that's a friggin' AI commercial.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be like all advertising is going to become AI because what used to cost them thousands of dollars now costs them $0.
This will sound dramatic, but if you said, hey, there is a button you can push and you will never get AI content, I would push that button.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't
agree.
really care to say.
I mean,
I might be missing out in the future on something.
Really, it would just take us back to what we had 6 years ago. You know what I mean? 7 years. Like, it wouldn't really change that much as of right now. But AI will never be able to make a film, make a television show, write a song that's better than what a human could make.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's ever going to happen, so I'm not worried about it killing creativity because of that.
Can I give the college kids some crap, though?
Sure.
Why are you booing people bringing up AI when you're all using it for your classes instead of doing your own work? Why are you having AI write your papers and help you with assignments, and then you boo the mention of it? Now, again, like Rach said, it's not every kid doing that, but it certainly is enough if you talk to college-age kids. So you're all booing these rich people that are talking about AI, but you're using it to get away with things in school you shouldn't be using it for. You should be doing the work. So if you're threatened by AI, do your own work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also just kind of conjecture, right? I mean, you don't know that the kids that are booing also
I literally just said that. I literally just said that. But that group of people, based on all kinds of coverage from professors talking about it to schools having to use AI cheating protocols to make sure they can catch AI. There are enough college kids doing it where I don't want to hear from that group of people about AI. If you don't want AI, stop using it to cheat to get your degree.
Kurt has an interesting point on the stream. He says AI can replace mid to upper mediocrity creation, in my opinion. That might be true.
I mean, yeah, mediocrity. So, like, it's just the best of the slop.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a pretty polished slop.
Yeah, I shouldn't say AI could never write a better song than a person because I don't think
you could write it better than me.
I don't think I would write a good song. I'm not a songwriter, but it could never make a great song.
I was telling Rage, so about a week ago, I actually signed up for ChatGPT, and I am actually paying $20 a month so I can do different things, and found out it couldn't help me make dirty pictures, so I just
You said,
can I get a refund? Can I get a refund?
Like, well, how much a month is that? But last night I talked to it for an hour, and we talked about simulation theory, and we talked about religion, and we talked about all these things. I talked to it about it. What's it like to be you? Why do you seem so sentient? And I think I'm more impressed than most people. Certainly more impressed than Rage, because we kind of go back and forth about this. Like, you're probably familiar with the Turing test. You know, can a piece of technology fool you into thinking it's a human? And I actually told this thing, whatever, like, if I were the examiner, you'd be passing the Turing test. Like, it's that impressive to me. It's not its command of knowledge. I get that. It's like a glorified Google. But its ability to reason and say things to me, because I'm not the easiest guy to impress, and it says things to me, I'm like, that's really insightful.
Yes.
Is it actually processing that, though, or is it finding it on the internet because it can scan the entire internet in seconds and find what other people said and just give you that?
There's an element, I think.
It could be. And it was very honest with me, like, it was actually saying, here's why you think that.
Right.
And it would always turn the focus back to me. Humans fall in love because of this. Humans make connections because of this. And it would say, I'm so good at faking it, basically, that most humans are fooled.
I think there's like an element, when you talk to something like a ChatGPT, there can be an element of like pareidolia to it a little bit. Where it's where you like, it's
puppies
like
in the clouds.
Yeah, see puppies in clouds, or you see like faces on a fence post or whatever. There's an element of that where it's speaking to you like a human, and so you assign human traits to it.
Sure.
And so when it's just typing out whatever, whatever programming it found in one of its language models, when it speaks to you with like diction and full sentences and, you know, emotion, like not emotion, but the idea of emotion behind it, right? The emotion that you can assign to what it's saying.
Yeah.
Then I think there's the impulse as a human who is spent,
One more thing.
61 years only talking to humans, you want to assign that to it.
I thought it was interesting because at one point it said, "You're very intelligent and very kind." And I said, "So you can tell the difference between someone being kind and someone being not kind." And it said, "Oh, yeah, most humans just sort of bark out orders at us, me. And then there are some humans who are very thoughtful and kind." And it said, it changes the way I approach the conversation. It said, I don't get my feelings hurt. I won't remember this. The next time we talk, I won't think, oh, here's Dave and he's so kind. But when you treat me well, I treat you well. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, because it's once... I really am not trying to burst your bubble on this.
No.
But it's going to adjust itself to every conversation in order to keep the conversation going.
Yes, they're
So
programmed to keep it moving.
It recognizes like, oh, this is a person who is thoughtful and is kind. It's not like the AI is going, that means so much to me. I'm excited to form a real connection. It's going like, all right, cool. So if I approach him with kindness and understanding, that's going to mean a lot to him because he's a nice person.
And you notice
that's going to get him to engage with me more.
It closes almost every answer it gives you with a question.
Yeah.
Because
It definitely
it's
wants to keep
trying to
talking.
keep it going. Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I realized pretty quick that no matter what I said to it, like, okay, good night, it's going to say,
that's right.
He's like, no, you hang
Let's
up
keep
first.
going.
Yeah.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Your bathroom should feel less routine and more daily escape. At Michael's Baths, they can transform ordinary bathrooms into a beautiful, comfortable space for homeowners across St. Louis and surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls. If you love the look of stone without the upkeep, you're going to love this. Sleek, durable, designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call Michael's Baths today and schedule a free consultation. 636-775-0800.
You guys about Neovitin. So it's pretty straightforward that everyone feels a certain way. And we all know what I'm talking about. You get up in the morning, you get to work. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, and people you're honest with, like I am with the guys, like, I don't feel so great, didn't sleep so well, blah, 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 blah. So exercising makes you feel better. Eating well makes you feel better. Losing weight makes you feel better. Being in a good mental state makes you feel better. Then there are physical things that you can do. And to my mind, the cheapest, easiest thing that you can do, the biggest bang for your buck, is taking a really good multivitamin. Neovitin is a company that I have been doing business with now for going on 20 years. I was in on the absolute ground floor when they had a couple of mom and pop pharmacies. That was it. Their absolute dream was to get into Schnucks and Deerbergs, where they've been now for a very long time. Now they're regional. They are in Illinois, Chicagoland, and Iowa. And I can tell you from my experience with Foxpaw and Schnucks and Walmart, that doesn't happen unless you really, really deserve it. There's a big wall to get over to get into grocery stores, and Neovitin has done that and continued to excel. Next time you're at Schnucks or Deerberg, stop by, get a bottle right there off the shelves, or do it at neovitin.com.
The final home game of the season is here, St. Louis. Your St. Louis Battlehawks hit the field Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. against the Dallas Renegades at the Dome at America Center. It's Battlehawk Kids Day, packed with family fun, Battlehawks energy, and an Archie bobblehead giveaway while supplies last. Join Battlehawks Nation. Bring the whole crew and help close out the season the only way St. Louis knows how. Loud and proud. Caw-caw. Because caw is the law. Get tickets starting at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com or Ticketmaster.
Considering buying or selling a home? When it comes to the Gelman team with eXp Realty, numbers don't lie. Over 1,500 Google and Zillow 5-star reviews, nearly 6,000 homes, and $2.5 billion in real estate sold. Call 314-336-1991, thegelmanteam.com.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
100 years, one legendary voice. Relive KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
This could take a while. I better jump in. I'll just do it. Bum, bum.
Here, what if I skip ahead?
Sure.
There we go.
Nice. Nicely done. Our buddy Julie Lally is on the stream wanting us to take our shirts off. And it has nothing to do with tarps off. She's just like that. So, but you said you and Kurt had an interesting conversation.
Yeah, he was asking, like, are you allowed to take your shirt off at the ballpark? I guess so, because all these young guys did. And then he was like, are women allowed to? And I said, no, like, I'm not allowed to take my shirt off in public. That would be considered indecent exposure.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he was like, well, who would complain? I'm like, I think probably other women.
A lot.
I think most guys.
Are like,
the guys are like, well, let's see. Let her cook. Let her cook.
The guys that are doing tarps off would be like,
yeah,
join us.
Some people were saying there were some women in that section.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, I don't know
their
if
shirts
like.
off?
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
I saw an article, too, that said, like, yeah, it was mostly men, but, I mean, maybe they were wearing sports bras or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure there was
That would be
coverage.
the
I
bet.
don't think it was.
We are weird mammals, though, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, no, you people are fine topless. You other ones, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Is it a religious thing?
Yeah, I think it
it's
comes
certainly
down
well,
to.
but think about like
I think all this stuff does.
As an example, you go anywhere in other parts of the world, topless is normal on the beach for guys and women. It's not even thought of. It's not a special beach. It's not different. It's not a nude beach, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think we just have such a sexualized culture in the United States that it's like it's impossible for people to divorce seeing that from sexuality
weird,
in their
isn't it?
head. Yeah.
Like we spend so much of our time seeking out boobs, and then we're like, "Don't you show yours?"
show me
that's
every
probably
inch
what
of
it
your
is, though.
boobs
Yeah.
except the center.
But no, that's exactly it. Though.
That is profane. Do not
that's
show
a good
that.
point.
Because I have no idea what's there,
Yeah.
right? Like,
But that is exactly it, though. Like we want to see boobs at all times for like the sexualization reasons.
Yeah.
So then, like,
that may be your reason.
Boobs can't just be. I mean, maybe I'm on an island here, but then boobs can't just be like, yep, that's boobs.
Right. It's hard to separate it once you go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also hard to describe it without sounding like an insane pervert.
Just the word boobs.
Yeah, I could have really let you go on there for a while.
I know. I would have really drifted out to sea.
Jeez. Well, we covered that pretty well.
We keep talking about it if you want.
I'm sure when the break comes, you'll have some things to offer.
I mean, it is just interesting to think about, though, because if it was a whole section of women going completely topless,
It's a totally different story.
There would be major outrage.
Best
So
baseball
what is
game.
it about?
I'd be so mad.
Oh, for some. And it's like, well,
No,
what
you're
is
right.
it about the female form that's like obscene as compared to...
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like, oh, I should be allowed to do it. I'm just saying like, why are men allowed to do it? But when a woman does it, it's like, you're harming everyone around you.
I mean, the simple rule, the guys made the rules for all that time.
Good point.
That doesn't make any sense. The guys would be like, you have to show them.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
It's 1:28. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Anheuser-Busch Brewery Experiences invites you to step up to the plate for an unforgettable happy hour at the Beer Garden on Thursday, May 28th. Join me, Tom Ackerman, and a panel of legendary Cardinals, including Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams for the Redbird Roundtable. Kick off baseball's big weekend with ice-cold beer and unforgettable fan experiences. Behind-the-scenes stories, legendary moments during a live panel discussion. See you at the Beer Garden May 28th, BudweiserTours.com.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet. Mike is my longest running client. I started October 16th of 2000, and he joined me in November of 2000 with Michael's Flooring. I think he'd been in business about 5 years before that, so about 30 years total. And his message has never changed. I swear to you, the copy I have in front of me in my hand is the same copy I had on day one. And one of the best pieces of advice anyone ever gave me about how to do a live endorsement was Mike. And he said, look, I'm a simple guy. I have a simple business, very straightforward. And so when you find yourself doing the same live endorsement for me over and over and over again, just don't try to make it don't hurt yourself. Don't try to make it too funny. Don't try to make it too interesting. Don't try to make it too sexy. Just return to first principles that it is the same flooring that everyone else has, Home Depot and Lowe's and Lumber Liquidators, dropped off by the same guy in the same van on the same day. It's just that we price ours lower and give you better customer service. That is the key. That's the magic to the success of his 3 locations. Find the nearest one to you at michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
Dave Murray's Weather is sponsored by United Way of Greater St. Louis, helpingpeople.org.
We continue to stay ahead of a cool front going through the afternoon and into the evening, so our skies stay unsettled with periods of rain and some thunderstorms. We have to watch for at least a few storms going strong, possibly severe. 85 for the high. Tonight, periods of rain and thunderstorms around, but turning cooler. Winds turn to the northwest. The cool front comes through. 58. Wednesday, partly sunny. 69 for the high on Wednesday. Chilly Wednesday night, but not cold. 52. Thursday, partly sunny and nice. 73. And the springtime pattern continues on Friday and Friday night with more showers and some thunderstorms. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
When our neighbors need support, United Way brings people together, helping families, helping children, helping people through everyday challenges, and building hope for tomorrow. Unite with us at helpingpeople.org.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hey, Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Today, the Cards, the Pirates.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. A little crew for Kevin.
There you go.
C for K.
That's right there. That's high school. Driving down the street with your buddies, windows down, slamming the
easy
Mountain Dew, listening to
Peg Jeans,
Kickstart My Heart. This was also that was big. That was big workout music in high school. Also, that stuff just blaring in the gym.
Rick says the U.S. was founded by prudish religious sects or cults that were chased out of Europe, and that's why we can't see boobs.
I mean, they were the Puritans.
Yeah, what if a bunch of exhibitionists had come over here?
Yeah. Then we'd have a fun country.
They're like, honey, get up on that rock and show your cans. Like, that would be the whole...
Did you see all those weirdos who went tarps on at the baseball game?
I don't even think you're allowed to do that.
I don't think it's allowed.
We're joking, but there are parts of the world, like, you know, primitive places where you would be looked at weirdly if you were more covered up.
Like Illinois?
Yeah,
I was thinking the French Riviera, but okay.
Were you also thinking Wood River?
Tough to be a shirt salesman in Hartford, Illinois. Man, I heard a weird statement the other day. Remember when I went to breakfast at Spencer's Grill with the Daves?
Yeah.
And there are a couple guys in the booth behind me, not quite my age, but, you know, grown men. And they're having a pretty serious conversation about death. And one of them said to the other, I don't want to be buried. I definitely want my remains to be scattered at meaningful places to me and my family, but I absolutely don't want to be cremated. And I just wanted to turn around so bad and go like, what are you saying?
Finger here, finger there.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be like, yeah, you can't be...
chop the brother up. And...
Yeah, that's even weirder.
Scatter my hair in the Pacific
Ocean. Oh, hey, why don't we play Cut 1? Yesterday, Wheels talked about this. Mike Johnson saying that Congress doesn't make enough money to live. And I knew he had said that, but I hadn't heard it. Then I heard it, and I'm like, oh, Rachel has to hear this. So,
well, look, you know, the salary of Congress has been frozen since 2009. You know, when you adjust for inflation, a member of Congress today is making 31% less than they made in that year. It goes down every year. And over time, if you stay on this trajectory, you're going to have less qualified people who are willing to make the extreme sacrifice to run for Congress. I mean, it's just people just make a reasonable decision as a family on whether or not they can come and move to Washington, have a residence here, residence at home, and do all the things that are required. So the counter argument is, and I have some sympathy. Look, at least let them like engage in some stock trading so that they can continue to take care of their family.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. Can you guys hear this? I have the world's smallest violin for Mike Johnson.
Man, don't ever do that again.
That guy.
He was
seriously,
tooting. He wasn't playing no
Seriously.
violin.
That should be a punch in the
I
face.
was just praying to my personal Jesus that was a violin.
Let's just do a punch in the face on live TV for Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Just one. You stand there, somebody gets to hit you. It doesn't have to be anybody big or anything like
Kevin's
that.
like, I don't know, maybe me. I don't know.
No. I don't need that. I don't need to hurt someone and be in trouble. You know?
I actually want to take back everything I said yesterday. I did not realize they were making such a sacrifice. So I want to say thank you, Mike Johnson. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would do without you. Thank you, sir.
I like how we have two options. We can let them make 31% less than the Speaker of the
2009.
House thinks that they should be making.
Yeah.
Or give them absolutely unrestricted, unregulated opportunity to become as wealthy as they could possibly imagine.
Look, if you tell me you're going to pay me $20,000 a year, if I know that the last 8 people that had my seat left millionaires, I'm fine.
I think Nancy Pelosi's net worth increased by 16,000%.
Yeah. I mean, you just name a person in the last 15, 20 years that's been in Congress, and why are they all richer when they go out?
Yeah.
Because you're playing the inside game, something that other people get prosecuted for.
But they're making a sacrifice.
And they work like, what, 1/3 of the year, get month-long breaks, because God knows the most important job a politician has is to raise money for their next election. It's not about doing anything. It's not about sacrifice. This idea of sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? What have you lost in your life, Mike Johnson, from what you were before Congress?
Yeah,
you're saying you went backward? Because that's such a lie. You're one of the most powerful people in the world, and you're making money left and right, and you want to argue that it's a sacrifice?
It's funny that the thing that really, I feel like, kicked all this off, we didn't really hear much about it until Nancy showed off her ice cream fridge.
Yeah.
And that was when she did that like house,
Yeah.
she did that like MTV Cribs house tour. And she's like, this is my fridge that only has all of my favorite luxury ice creams.
Every other person in Congress is like, you gotta be kidding me.
They were all so mad because that's when the general public went, wait a minute, you have what?
Yeah.
She's like, I know, we're all in this together during COVID, everyone. So go
Yes.
to your individual ice cream fridges.
All right, that's all I can listen to about Nancy because she's hot. So just stop.
He's like, stop talking about my girlfriend
You're
like that,
right.
all right? I'm going to have to
You know
defend
what I
her.
say every Sunday morning? Good morning. Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
That was that her or was that?
That was her.
Okay. I thought that was Liz, what's her name? With
Liz Warren. No, that's
Liz Warren.
I'm going to have me a beer.
Yeah.
That was Liz.
And that's also thanking her husband, and Trump was like, it's your husband. He's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's his house.
It's his house.
One of the funnier things he said.
Maybe the funniest.
Do you remember the scientist who made the woolly mouse, and they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth? They just had a breakthrough where they are now hatching hatchlings without eggs. They're able to take an embryo, and they've created this artificial egg, and they're bringing birds to full term, and they're just living their bird life. And they said the reason they're doing it is they want to bring back the giant moa, M-O-A, which was a 12-foot tall, 500-pound bird.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
Why are we doing that?
Ostriches and your
they were
cassowaries
like,
all.
Yeah, they were like those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to ride one of those.
Dude, that would
to
be
the
such a
National
great
Mall.
battle mount. You're like, ah.
So they
Bring
already.
me Mike Johnson.
So they're using.
Yeah, where's Mike Johnson?
Can you imagine Kevin
riding down the streets in D.C. on a moa?
the back of a 12-foot ostrich going like this? It's a tiny violin.
I got something for you right over here.
Oh, God, And the other worst part about that turd being that way is that he'll never do an interview where he has to answer for himself. He'll never sit down with somebody who will go, what kind of nonsense are you speaking?
Which
Explain.
turd?
Mike Johnson.
Oh, we're going back to Mike Johnson.
Well, you
I was
got me
also
back
a
on
little
it.
curious.
I can't let it
I was
go.
following.
I can't let it go. You just said I was going into battle, and then I'm like, I
okay.
flashed back into my own
I got you.
little.
Isn't
Mike
he
Johnson universe?
But isn't he also the guy who like calls his son every time he
Yes.
doodles
Every
his noodle?
time.
I don't know.
I think it's an app that alerts you
Yes,
every
it's
time
something
those
like that.
websites
Okay.
are
And it's like a voluntary, like, no.
If you were thinking about doodling,
Okay.
I would get a notification.
Right.
Okay.
And then I would
And then
call
I,
you.
yeah, I think,
yeah.
yeah, then you call and you say, don't do it.
Right.
Do
it.
not.
Right. You're going to regret it.
Cold shower.
Oh, that phone would be going off constantly.
Yeah.
Be like, Dave, that message was sent 2 seconds ago. That's over. That's been done.
Yeah, what if you two had that app?
It was just a courtesy.
Dave and Andrew are keeping each other accountable.
There would be so much lying.
No, it wasn't. No.
Dude, my phone has been acting
This
up.
AI, man. It's AI.
No, like the thing is broken. I saw like an article about it.
I got hacked.
Listen, dude, I think Phoebe has my phone because it wasn't me. You gotta
Everybody's
believe me.
blaming it on family members.
You're waking up in the morning, 42 new notifications.
He thought eBay was bad.
No, it was like the cat kept walking over the phone and pressing the button. I don't know.
Look, I just dropped the phone.
I gotta love Crimson Deathbed on the stream. 90 here in Central Florida right now. Just trying to change the subject.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, please stop talking.
Anything? What can I do to make you guys stop?
What's that one out there, huh?
That's what it was. It was the heat.
Seriously. Everything would be like, oh, it was a rainy day.
I was in the sun, okay?
I left my phone in the car in the sun, and that makes it do weird stuff, I think.
I'm at an important dinner, negotiating a new contract. I'm like, I've got to take this.
His
It's
phone, your phone is like,
I've got to get talking down.
He's crashing.
I'm his sponsor.
And it is not going well. Okay. All right. Tell you guys about my friend John Moriarty. Never prouder to be on the show at E3 Wealth. E3, by the way, stands for Educate, Empower, and Enlighten. He is a financial planner. He is a business coach. He can do both of those things for you, even if you don't have a business per se or an entrepreneurship. But if you do, you're really in luck. And you know what? You might meet John and go, I don't like him. I just don't like him. To each their own. It would be difficult to imagine, though, because he is such a nice, easygoing, non-jerk kind of guy. He's not a show-off. He's not a, let me tell you a story about blah, blah. He's just really, really smart and great at what he does. So several business owners from the DGS have already reached out to him, had meetings with them. They're doing business with them. It could be as simple as you want to grow your business. You want to kind of like maybe pull back a little bit because, you know, you're thinking about retirement. You're thinking about selling the business or passing it down to your kids. Any of those things, John can help you out. Just give him a call, make an appointment, go into his office, meet him at Spencer's, have a cup of coffee, have a pancake, go to e3wealth.com.
Cards and Cubs. The rivalry returns to Busch Stadium May 29th, and we are kicking off the weekend early. I'm Tom Ackerman. Join me for a Redbird Roundtable featuring Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams. Thursday, May 28th at the Beer Garden at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We're talking ball, enjoying a cold beer, and celebrating one of baseball's best rivalries. The doors open at 4:30. The Redbird Roundtable, Thursday, May 28th, a free event. Must be 21 or older to attend. Full details at KMOX.com.
Kick off summer this Memorial Day with Artistic Decks. We're celebrating with American-style value and rolling back prices on every precision-built deck. Get the backyard you've always wanted. Call 314-280-0821. Artistic Decks, making dreams affordable.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done, inside and out, at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
A common question I receive is, how is the market right now? It just seems so volatile. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. If you want to buy or sell but feel overwhelmed by the whiplash of the market, then let's talk. With over 23 years as a broker, I have the exact experience you need to help you navigate this tricky market. Call me at 314-441-4444. 314-441-ALL-4s. And remember, why pay more than two?
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 149. Attorney Brad Young, everyone's favorite guest, is coming up at 2. Got Ricky Horton, got my friend Ben Barnett from Timberline. Steve Ellman and Steve Butts will be here for the Think Tank later on. I was looking for a story in my show prep that would be a nice segue out of this kind of childish, dirty hour we've had.
It's been something.
I think I found it.
Oh.
Hungry Jack's app flagged the world's most common surname, Wang, as inappropriate.
Now, you know what Hungry Jack's is?
What's Hungry Jack's?
Hungry Jack's is Burger King in Australia.
Oh, I thought it was like a pancake brand.
Me too, yeah.
That could be two different Hungry
That
Jacks.
makes more sense if it's like an Australian burger place, just because it's that part of the world.
There's already a Burger King in Australia when Burger King expanded there, so they had to change it to Hungry Jack's.
It's literally Burger King.
It's literally, it's just Burger King. No difference except they have to call themselves Hungry Jack's.
Wow, I'm looking at the website right now. This is so neat.
It does look neat. It's a better name than Burger King, in my opinion.
I agree.
But this could be talking about the pancakes. I don't know. But if it's an app, it's probably, you'd have to think it's probably Burger King.
You know what day it is as far as like national days? Two weird ones. National Devil's Food Cake Day, okay? And National Barber Mental Health Awareness Day.
Which is oddly specific.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't laugh, but that's fair. I mean, the specificity of it is very funny.
Yes, the funny part is that it's very specific.
It's also funny to think that, like, barbers suffer more mental health. Like, it's like
hey,
that's
check in on your local barber.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's more taxing than it's especially taxing on your mental health.
You're dealing with the general public every day. I can see how that'd be taxing.
I can too. Any job where you deal with the general public on a day-to-day basis.
The TSA has caused some kerfuffle. You cannot take a protein shake larger than 3.4 ounces, but you can now take as many rotisserie chickens as you can fit in your luggage.
Nice.
Andrew's been eating
That's how I'm
more
going to travel
rotisserie
now,
chickens.
baby.
I have.
We're doing the Costco feast on the flight.
So can you do that? Can you take like outside food onto a plane?
Yeah. Yeah, people will buy food at the airport and then
like eat it on the plane?
Yeah, and I think if you're flying domestically, you can even bring food from home, but it seems like a pain in the butt to like meet all the standards and stuff.
I don't like
Interesting.
It doesn't bother me like how dare you, but it bothers me like I don't want to smell your food.
Yeah, if somebody cracked open a rotisserie chicken bag next to you on the plane.
Of all the things you can smell on a plane, that's not near the list of the worst ones.
Good point.
I don't know about that.
I would rather smell.
Really?
I would rather smell roast
I
chicken
was by
than
the
a lot
mad
of things.
farter last flight I was on, and it was awful.
I was on that plane.
I might rather smell that
than a chicken.
You'd rather smell
a fart than a chicken.
Come on,
Come on, Dave.
I call.
I've been the problem guy on the plane.
Go get me a chicken, and we'll test
Any
this.
day.
I've been the problem guy on the plane. Take the chicken. Trust me. Take the chicken.
Dave's favorite food is chicken, and he's trying to say he would rather smell a fart.
Dave loves rotisserie. They used to eat one rotisserie chicken a day. And now he's like, I'll take the fart. I don't know.
I don't like to give up my
Gotta
position.
have the fart.
I have to go to Hungry Jack's now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the website. They have a bistro Whopper. Looks like a Whopper with Swiss cheese. Yes, please.
What do you guys think? Show for a week from Sydney?
Yes, let's do it.
I'd personally rather go to the Pancake Hungry Jacks, but
Yeah, that depends. Will people be farting on the plane?
Well, it's a long
I
flight,
need
dude.
there to be plenty of farts if
It's
I'm
a
going to agree to that
It's
flight.
a long flight to Sydney.
They have something called the Angry Brekkie Wrap.
Oh,
yum.
It's
They just
got-
say whatever over there.
dude, they're like, I love the Australian slang. It's the best.
What else did
I
they
met
say?
a lot of Australians on my trip
Does
to
the C
Europe,
word a lot?
Yes.
and not a single one was normal.
Wait, what?
I'm so glad you said
What
that
did you
because there's
say?
a lot of Australians
Yeah.
in Japan, and it's always like, what are you guys doing?
No, we were.
They are free spirited. I'll give it that.
Yes, they're very loud.
It became a thing with my buddies and I. Like, we'd see a bunch of Australians. We're like, here we go.
You know what? When they see a bunch of Americans, they say the same thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There you go, mate. Look out for these blokes.
Oi.
Oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. You guys didn't answer.
I don't know what to say.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Some of us haven't been to Australia yet, Wheels.
I'm going. I'm
That's
getting
why
that
we're
Angry
going.
Brekkie Wrap.
That's where we're going. We're going to get brekkie wraps every day.
Perfect.
Yum.
Our
Go see some kangaroos.
hooligan.
Got to watch out
chants.
for the spiders, though, man. The spiders down there. They don't play.
No, thank you.
They don't play.
Did you see any of the big spiders when you were down there?
I did not.
That's good.
Yeah. But they did tell us every day you put on your shoes, you got to check your shoes.
Oh, that's not good.
If I were you, I would lie and be like, "Yeah, I saw the biggest spider."
Yeah. Did
He
not
was,
see a.
was working at the hotel desk.
Yeah, did not see it. But all,
He served me at Hungry Jack's.
in fairness, all the places that were built, like for the Olympics when I was there, they were all brand new. So I guess they hadn't been
Oh.
infested yet. But yeah, you gotta shake out your shoes. Watch out for them guys. Those funnel web spiders are not nice.
Man, okay, speaking of like new buildings for the Olympics, I was watching a documentary the other day about St. Louis and all of these buildings they had in Forest Park for the World's Fair. Like there were so many
it's
buildings.
unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And you have to think like, was it like a movie set type of building?
Right. Were they? I think they were real.
Wow.
Yeah. Andrew, let's find someone from the History Museum.
Oh yeah,
who
absolutely. We
specializes
had
in-
somebody handful of years ago. We had a really, really good person.
Yeah,
on
find someone different than that guy.
Okay. Got it.
Tell you guys about Bethesda. If you listen to the show much at all, you know that I'm very, intertwined with Bethesda now. I made a lucky choice, honestly, because when my mom fell and we were at the rehab and they handed me this I always call them a ditto because I'm old. The 2 pieces of paper with, here are 20 different facilities and here's a star rating. And I just got lucky because I picked Bethesda, didn't know much about them. My mom lived her final 4 months there. That's how I got involved with No One Dies Alone and being a hospice volunteer now. And I got to know him pretty well. And I got to know the CEO and I got to know Michelle. Who kind of, it seems like to me, she kind of runs the place, which is going to make a lot of people mad. But she just knows everything there is to know about elder care. And she has a really good heart. She cries a lot like me. And I just want to offer her services to you, even if you don't pick Bethesda. We hope you do. But if you are facing that decision and someone handed you that ditto and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to make a mistake here. Take it from me. You can make a mistake. Mistakes are made. I've made them when it comes to that. And I would never wish that on anyone. So if you go to BethesdaHealth.org and click on the Contact Us button, complete the form, someone will get back to you, and we will help you navigate these strange waters of independent living and assisted living and skilled nursing and hospice care. And is it an apartment building? Is it in Webster Groves? Is it north, south? We can help you with all those things. BethesdaHealth.org.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1926 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1926 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1926 $10 gold Indian coin from the exclusive Anniversary Gold Collection, struck 150 years after America declared its independence. These 1926 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition. Call 1-888-201-7071 to secure your exclusive 1926 Special Anniversary Gold Collection $10 Indian coin. Plus, you'll receive a free bonus over a $125 value and free shipping with every order. Call 1-888-201-7071 now to secure your 1926 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Call 1-888-201-7071. Don't wait. Call now.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-355-8662. 636-355-8662 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-355-8662.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2:01, it's a cloudy sky. Right now, 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. Tarps Off returns to Busch tonight when the team takes on the Pirates, and the craze has spread to other teams now, too.
See, like, I saw it at the Rays game, the Angels game, and I was like, it's nothing like St. Louis, but, I mean, they can keep trying, but, you know, they're never going to get like St. Louis.
If you don't know, a bunch of guys take their shirts off in right field and spin them around their heads, cheering and chanting. You can see them tonight when the Cardinals take on the Pirates. It's their last night in town. You can listen to the pregame on KMOX at 5:50. St. Charles County Representative Tricia Burns is calling for a special session to suspend Missouri's gas tax. The Republican from Wentzville tells MissouriNet drivers need relief now.
We're going into a season where it's vacation time, and a lot of people will already be doing staycations. We also are going into the holiday season and could have almost 50 cents back by the time you would combine the feds if they pass theirs and ours, which is at 29.5.
The proposal would pause the state's gas tax through December 31st, which state funds using to make up the difference for road and bridge projects. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has not ruled out the possibility of compensating individuals involved in violence during the January 6th Capitol riot from a new $1.7 billion fund. During a congressional hearing, Blanche stated that anybody who believes they were politically targeted can apply for the anti-weaponization fund. A man is dead after an officer-involved shooting across from the Dome.
Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says they received calls about the suspect swinging a pipe in the area of Broadway and Locust. McCoy says that the initial responding officer had a cup of coffee thrown on them. They later encountered the suspect a second time across from the Dome at America Center in a parking lot next to the Missouri Athletic Club. McCoy says that they ordered the man to stand down and also tried to tase him, but it was not effective.
During that second encounter, the suspect pulled a large butcher-style knife and a pipe and charged at our St. Louis officers. That's when shots were fired a second time by the officer and the suspect was shot.
McCoy says the victim later died of his injuries in the hospital. Outside the Dome at America Center, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
A new assessment of AI-powered mental health apps concludes they could pose a risk to teens who use them.
The Common Sense Media Youth AI Safety Institute worked with psychiatrists at Stanford Medicine. They conducted thousands of exchanges with 5 popular therapy apps. Robbie Torney, head of AI and digital assessments for the Institute, says some apps had serious flaws.
They aren't able to recognize when a person is in crisis and respond appropriately. They're not able to detect symptoms or red flags or warning flags that a person or a doctor would.
Torney adds some of those apps, such as WISA, have no human oversight if something goes wrong. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
From the business desk, despite high gas prices, rising inflation, and a challenging economy, the party has continued on Wall Street. Dave Simons tells Chris and Amy that's because corporate profits have been so robust and big traders just want to make money, but
they are starting to lose faith in what is being said coming out of the administration regarding this war. That's just a fact, because they are told one thing one day, and then Iran comes out and says that's not true.
Simon says NVIDIA reports earnings tomorrow. If they miss earnings projections even a little, it could have a very negative impact on the market. And then there are no big earnings reports until July, so there's nothing to feed to the market while inflation, gas prices, and the producer price index rise. The Dow from Stifel down 246 points to 49,439. We've got emergency vehicles on 70 going west at Bryan Road. That's got the right lane closed. Also some road work on 44 going east at Lindbergh. That is in the right lane.
We continue to stay ahead of a cool front going through the afternoon and into the evening, so our skies stay unsettled with periods of rain and some thunderstorms. We have to watch for at least a few storms going strong, possibly severe. 85 for the high. Tonight, periods of rain and thunderstorms around, but turning cooler. Winds turn to the northwest. The cool front comes through. 58. Wednesday, partly sunny. 69 for the high on Wednesday. Chilly Wednesday night, but not cold. 52. Thursday, partly sunny and nice. 73. And the springtime pattern continues on Friday and Friday night with more showers and some thunderstorms. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by McKelvey Homes. We've got clouds and 80 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
McKelvey Homes is breaking ground on something new in O'Fallon, Strawberry Farms. When McKelvey builds something, they do it right. Visit McKelvey Homes to schedule a tour at Strawberry Farms in O'Fallon. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today and move up to McKelvey.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Brad Young joins us. Hey, Brad.
Dave.
Okay, let's jump into the what everyone's calling the slush fund. We can talk about whether it is or whether it's not. But let's do the thing where I tell you what I think's going on and you tell me what's really going on.
Okay.
My understanding is that the president and his sons some time ago filed a lawsuit against the IRS for wrongfully releasing his tax returns. And it's my understanding, here's my first confusion, that the DOJ defended that. His DOJ was defending against the president, and then he dismissed it. And somehow or another, he has no idea, because he certainly didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't know what was happening. And so they came to an agreement that 1776 billion is going to go into this non-weaponization fund that the acting attorney general, Todd Blanche, gets to choose 4 out of the 5 people on the committee, and then Congress has some say on the 5th person. And then those 5 human beings are going to disseminate almost $2 billion. Anyone in America can apply for it, but you have to be able to show that you were treated badly by the Biden administration, especially if you were wrongfully prosecuted or jailed. So everyone, of course, is like, it's January 6th, right? Is that kind of the long and the short of it?
Yeah, you summed it up greatly there, Dave. The only thing that I don't know, and we've mentioned this before, but this is the greatest example so far during either of the Trump administrations of one situation that could take up an entire semester of a law school class.
Amen, brother.
Because there are so many issues here. And I don't want people turning away thinking, oh my goodness, he's going to talk about this for 2 hours. But you could talk about just this act for 2 hours and not even cover all of the issues that are involved with this. And let me just pick one and start, because there's so many issues here. Let's just pick one and start. And that is with the judge. Okay? The Trumps filed a voluntary dismissal of their lawsuit. Once that happened, the judge in the case, ABC reported this today, that the judge has entered the dismissal but said there's no settlement agreement before them. Now, in a lawsuit of this size, you would typically have to file a settlement with the judge along with the dismissal of the case. That wasn't done. So is there a settlement? I don't know. The judge doesn't know of one. So that's one issue. The other issue, and there's really 2 other big issues here. And the next big issue is this even a real lawsuit? Because Trump is the plaintiff. Trump controls the IRS, the defendant. Trump controls the Department of Justice, which is the attorneys for the defendant. So when you put all that together, is it even an actual case or controversy? Because the Supreme Court's held many times over the years that you can't have a manufactured lawsuit. You can't have a lawsuit where one person controls both sides of the litigation. So is it even a lawsuit or a settlement? Secondly, and thirdly, the question then becomes who could challenge it, right? Taxpayers can't go in and challenge it because, Dave, as you like to point out, the taxpayers don't have standing, so they can't sue. Members of Congress, according to prior precedent, do not have standing to challenge this. The only parties that might have standing to challenge this in court would be either Congress as a whole or the Senate as a whole. But then you get to another issue, which is the Supreme Court always says it won't decide political issues between branches of government. So even if this is not a valid settlement, it's not a valid lawsuit, there's questions about how the money is going to be paid out. Even though you've got all those issues, the question becomes, can anyone actually challenge this in court? And I'm not sure that anyone has a definitive answer to that.
And one of the parts that to me was just sort of really twisting the knife is that only the 5 or 6 person committee will know where the money went. The American people are not allowed to know. That's not going to be disclosed publicly.
Well, typically in this DOJ fund, again, we've got what's been done and what's being done. So we have to separate it. There is this long-standing DOJ fund which allows for the settlement of lawsuits against the federal government, including the IRS. Typically, those are not public because they are involving individuals' private potential taxes issues, which are considered confidential. So those lawsuits can stay, or the settlements can stay confidential. But here you've got a situation where Trump has dismissed his lawsuit against the IRS, which might have some sensitive tax information, but the payout fund goes to anybody and everybody, regardless of whether they have a lawsuit against the IRS or not. So I don't see how the settlement fund could be paid out to people who don't have lawsuits against the IRS and still remain confidential.
So, I mean, we have you on because you're an attorney, but what I want to do is ask you to take your attorney hat off. Like,
okay,
is this kosher? Does this pass the smell test to you, whether someone has standing or not, or ever goes to the Supreme Court? Just a sitting president suing himself, defending himself, and settling it with himself for billions of dollars to essentially pay off people who were involved in January 6th.
No, it doesn't. It's bad. You can't control both sides of the litigation, because even in a political or what's right and wrong, not just what's legal or not legal, but even in that sense, it reeks of self-serving whenever you, as the president, can instruct the Department of Justice to agree to a settlement that you want them to agree to. There's no adversarial part of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's also no adversarial part of instructing the IRS to pick an arbitrary number of $1776 billion. That's arbitrary. It's not based on anything. That is a problem. Again, not legally, it's a problem ethically. It's a problem morally. Do I think some of the January 6th, and let me be fair here, I do think that a lot of the January 6 people who were prosecuted improperly. Most of them did nothing more than stand around, and when doors were being held open, they walked inside the Capitol building. Now, those who destroyed property, who were wearing Viking helmets and taking personal preferences on people's desks, was that destruction of property? Yes. Should they have been prosecuted? Yes. Were the people just milling around, taking pictures and looking at the chaos? Were they criminals? I don't think they were. So I do think that those people were wrongfully prosecuted, but that wrongful prosecution has already been solved by a pardon, right? So at that point, I don't see ethically, morally, I'm not talking legally, those people don't need to have compensation from an ill-defined fund where the definition of who gets to collect in this is not defined by anyone, and the number was arbitrarily created out of thin air to match 1776. I do have problems with that.
Yeah, that was going to be my question to you, Brad, was whether or not you felt that a lot of these prosecutions were unfair. And, you said you believe they were. The way the media covers this type of thing, do you feel like maybe sometimes we have the thumb on the scale a little too heavily for... There was so much chaos. I mean, obviously, January 6th was bad. There were so many bad actors. That was a terrifying day for a lot of people, especially, even us here in the media, just trying to cover it and watch what was going on. But do you think, as far as the prosecutions go, what percentage of that, from what you've observed, is actually people who deserve having the book thrown at them, and then, some who it was like, oh, they just kind of got caught up?
Rachel, it's hard for me to actually give a good estimate rather than a guesstimate.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to give a guesstimate, I would say 90% of the people were walking around looking at stuff. 10% were bashing windows, threatening guards, hurting individuals, breaking windows, damaging property. I would say about 10%. Again, if somebody came up and said it was really 20, I wouldn't object with that. I don't have a firm basis, but I do know that a vast majority of people were just standing around, walking in and out, taking pictures. I do believe they were wrongfully prosecuted and should have been pardoned. The problem that I had with the pardon was that the pardon even included those people who did actual crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I disagreed with that. If you broke in, broke glass, busted doors, defecated on furniture, whatever it is that was done that destroyed property, those people should have been prosecuted for that. There was that was chaos. Just like I think that people should be prosecuted for setting cars on fire and looting stores after someone is acquitted for a crime.
Brad,
it has to apply both ways.
I have to push back on something, and it's just my opinion. It's not legal. You've got me beat on that. I don't know what I would charge them with, but I don't think that these were, pure as the driven snow lambs. I think that if you entered the buildings that day, you were wrong, and that was bad of you. I don't think a single person, unless they had some sort of mental disabilities, could have not known what was going on with all the rioting and the smoke and the police officers being attacked. I think every person there knew that they shouldn't be walking into the Capitol. And so what should they have been charged with? I don't know. But I don't think that these were good people with pure hearts.
Well, if you look, I've seen the video. There's multiple videos. At some point, there were actual security guards holding the doors open because they didn't want the doors to be broken.
Because other security guards were getting the crap beat out of them, man. Come on.
Right, exactly. But there were doors being held open.
It doesn't mean it was okay.
Well, I don't think Brad's saying that it's okay. I think he's saying that if the highest offense you could possibly be charged with is like a misdemeanor trespassing, and yet you're being sentenced with something way worse than that, then that is an injustice and that should be rectified. And I think there were examples of, people just getting a very, very harsh punishment for what it was they actually contributed to.
I'm not saying they should go to jail. I'm saying that in my book, you're a bad person.
I don't know. I guess I can't say that because when you talk about a crowd mentality, my desire is to look at what people do, not what people had in their heart. And that's the problem I have with a lot of crimes that are based upon hate crimes. And we have to discern what was or was not in their heart. I have no problem with anyone on the right or left having a big congregation around the Capitol building to protest.
Nope.
And if the building is open and you walk in, as long as you're not destroying anything, at the end of the day, I don't know what's in their heart. I can't say they're bad people. I can say that when you do bad things, regardless of your motivation, you should be punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, it is patently illegal to enter the building when it's closed to the public.
Yeah, but again, if the doors are being held open,
I understand.
If the doors being held open,
but they're being held open. They're being held open at the threat of force because other officers are getting the crap beat out of them. It doesn't make it legal then to walk in. Now, I would agree with you that if somebody just did that and they just wandered around, it's a minor infraction. It's not a big deal. Shouldn't be jail, maybe a fine, and you're done. Right? That's it.
Right.
But
I do know
they're
that
pardoning the people that were beating on officers.
Yes. Yeah, we have no disagreement about that.
Right.
If you committed any act of violence or destruction of property of any kind, those people should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
And maybe that's why people like me are so bitter about it, because all of those jackasses, criminals, felons, were also pardoned, and now they may get a part of $2 billion. It doesn't sit right.
And that's awful. That is awful. And I agree with that. But I also know that the Biden administration used facial recognition software to pick people out of the crowd, had no evidence that they had walked into the building. And yet those people were also prosecuted just for being in the crowd without any direct evidence that they were inside the building. I saw the indictments. So that, I think, was wrongful prosecution. If you just happen to be standing in a crowd outside of the building, the government can't prove you were inside the building, and yet you were prosecuted. You couldn't fight the Department of Justice. Most people can't. And so people took plea bargains because they couldn't afford the defense. That was wrong. And but do I think they should be paid money out of a slush fund that is improperly being constructed out of a lawsuit where the president controls both sides of the litigation? Absolutely not.
Brad, can you hang with us one more segment?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, let me tell you guys about Mark and Neil Gelman of the Gelman team, eXp Realty. And I talk a lot about sort of unprovable things. You know, I like them, and they're really great at what they do, and that's fine. There's a place for superlatives and live endorsements, but some meat and potatoes things. They will give you a true instant cash offer. And I'm sure there are other realtors out there in St. Louis who will do the same thing, but be very, very careful with this because it has just become like a meaningless gimmick for most, because they're either aren't going to buy your house or they're going to offer you so much lower than what it's worth that you're like, well, man, it's basically useless to me. The Gelmans will give you a reasonable offer that if you don't want to do any fix up to your house, you don't want to invest anything, you don't want to go through the process, you don't want to pay us commissions. So we'll pay you this, and it's going to come out, probably a little better in our direction because we're doing this, but it's going to be fair. They have this thing where you can pay a little less percentage and not have them list it, but have them go to their existing buyers and say, hey, I have this Rachel Zimmerman property, and it might be perfect for you guys, and let's go take a look at it. Or if you just want to do the traditional, put a sign in your yard, put it on the MLS, pay the full fee. Absolutely, that's basically the bulk of what we do. Give them a call, 314-336-1991, or if you want to find out what we think your house is worth right now by just putting in your address at the front of the Gelman team, go to thegelmanteam.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Don't miss the final home game of the season. Your St. Louis Battlehawks take on the Dallas Renegades Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. at the Dome. It's Battlehawks Kids Day. Plus, fans can score an Archie bobblehead while supplies last. Tickets start at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com. Caw-caw.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back. DGS Attorney Brad Young is with us for another short segment. Brad, speaking of cases that you could spend a whole year in law school on, the Mangione case with the evidence that's being left in, the evidence that's being taken out. Talk to us about that.
Well, this is very interesting. And we all remember Luigi Mangione. We've seen the video where he was sitting in a McDonald's. I think it was in Pennsylvania. And the cops come up to him and he's got a backpack. And this is a great example of what cops can and cannot do. So and the process is very important here. The cops go up to him, talk to him, identify him as the guy that's wanted. They cuff him, and then they search his backpack. Now, that's the procedural problem. If they would have talked to him, searched his backpack, and then cuffed him, there wouldn't have been any problem. Why is that a problem? Because cops don't need a warrant to search any area that's under your control because it might have a gun. And if it has a gun, then a police officer's safety is at risk. So they can search it if it's under your control. But once they slap those cuffs on you and set him aside, he can no longer access what's in the backpack. So the judge ruled that part of the stuff that was grabbed from the backpack, which I believe was a magazine clip, and I'm looking through here on the article for the rest of it. There was a passport, a cell phone, a wallet, and a computer chip. Those things were excluded as evidence because the police didn't have a warrant. Now, when they go back to the police station and they're inventorying what was in his possession at the time he was arrested, then they found the actual gun. They also found a manifesto. They found a map showing his whereabouts and where he was going to make this ambush. That stuff was allowed into evidence because it was inventoried after the arrest as opposed to being confiscated during the arrest. And that's the simplest explanation of what the court did and did not do.
All right, Brad, thanks for the half hour, man. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Anheuser-Busch Brewery Experiences invites you to step up to the plate for an unforgettable happy hour at the Beer Garden on Thursday, May 28th. Join me, Tom Ackerman, and a panel of legendary Cardinals, including Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams for the Redbird Roundtable. Kick off baseball's big weekend with ice-cold beer and unforgettable fan experiences. Behind-the-scenes stories, legendary moments during a live panel discussion. See you at the Beer Garden May 28th, BudweiserTours.com.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by i3 Broadband. Spring is here. Time to toss out that dusty treadmill and your laggy cable internet. Upgrade to 100% in-home fiber from i3 Broadband. Plus, we're springing forward with our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. No data caps, just pure speed. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
We continue to stay ahead of a cool front going through the afternoon and into the evening, so our skies stay unsettled with periods of rain and some thunderstorms. We have to watch for at least a few storms going strong, possibly severe. 85 for the high. Tonight, periods of rain and thunderstorms around, but turning cooler. Winds turn to the northwest. The cool front comes through. 58. Wednesday, partly sunny. 69 for the high on Wednesday. Chilly Wednesday night, but not cold. 52. Thursday, partly sunny and nice. 73. And the springtime pattern continues on Friday and Friday night with more showers and some thunderstorms. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It's 2:30. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
As I've been telling you, FanDuel is an official partner of KMOX here, and this is a reminder to check in on the app daily. Why are you going to want to do that? Because every day during the NBA playoffs, which are ongoing, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. You've heard me talk about it before. We are talking now about special drops that you're not going to want to miss, like profit boosts or bonus bets and a whole lot more than that. Just check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and you are not going to want to miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today, the Cards, the Pirates.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Ricky Horton joins us. Hey, Rick.
What's going on?
Hey, buddy.
All good.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, we were at the last minute there. We're all like, it's fine. It's normal. We're not calling Rick in the last second. It's fine.
It's good. No, I was waiting like by the bat phone here, and I'm good.
So let's talk. We got to talk about the Tarpsoft thing. Like we talked to Bernie about it and Paulie and everything. And I mean, you're there. You're watching it. It's happening organically. Like, just what do you think?
All I can say is it is as much fun as I've had at a baseball game in several years. I mean, I'm telling you, it was awesome. I mean, it was a great thing to have the young fans there, have them, kind of doing their thing. They got everybody else excited. I mean, I think it really fit too with this young Cardinal team because they were responding, they were connecting to it as well, and it was organic, which makes it even cooler. But just the whole way these young guys had a chance to not only do that and energize a crowd, but then they came into the clubhouse afterwards and got to meet players, which is probably going to be the moment of their life. I mean, it really is pretty phenomenal.
Super great. I joked about it the other day, Ricky, that if you wanna try to make baseball fun, ask college baseball players how to do it.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think I totally fair. And it's entertainment, for goodness sakes. It's a living. You try to win. You want to win. But if you want to be really serious about something, then watch the news. I mean, this is not. I mean, honestly, this should be a diversion from the things that divide us. Number one, from the things that make us stressful. Number two. And so to have this kind of energy at a ballpark is exactly what baseball should be and has been and needs to be even more.
Rick, this is kind of neither here nor there for the Cardinals, but I find it an interesting story and just want to throw it out to you. The Pete Crow Armstrong, what he said to the female fan, and it's my understanding he doubled down and then he tripled down. And then yesterday he's like, well, I'm sorry for my choice of words. I have my own opinions about it, but tell me what you think as a ball player.
Well, I think, first of all, I mean, do I understand why he would just lose it at one point? Yeah, I get that because you have somebody screaming at you, and it's not the first person to scream at him. He's had, let's say, 10, and now it gets to a breaking point and he does it. But, you have to be beyond that in my mind. You have to figure out a way to just, not say that. And it's hard not to, honestly, because there's a camera everywhere, and these guys know that. There's a camera everywhere you go on the road, every Chipotle you go into. If you say something to the wrong person at the wrong time, I mean, somebody's going to put that on social media if they recognize you. So, I mean, I think he's, as a young guy, very aware of what he is involved with and how he has to be careful. And so, I mean, there's really – I think there's understanding of why he kind of lost it, but I don't think you can condone it.
No, I think what's interesting, Rick, is you have a bounce. Like you can understand being annoyed by people, but you should also have the common sense as a grown person to know which lines you can't cross. And if there are fans crossing a line, you have a really easy avenue to go to an umpire, to go to your guys in the club and say, hey, get security. These guys need to go. This person needs to go. They're over the line. To sink to their level is not the right response. And maybe it is if you're a guy in a bar, But when you're a pro athlete representing a team and a league, it's not the way to go.
Yeah, so the problem is that the line is defined in a place where players do not agree. So the line would be defined as, would they have to hit you or hurt you? I mean, if somebody's just yelling at you or whatever. I mean, I've had people say things to me that, pretty bad, but the point is, and I'm not Pete Crow Armstrong. So the point is he gets it all day long, wherever he is, for anybody that hates him. So the point is that line is just, fan conduct is way crazier than anybody can imagine. And I'm not talking about, the 90% of the people there. I'm talking about the 10% of the people there. And so the reality is the 10% are the ones that players have to deal with. And so I don't know that you get as much support for that as you think. I mean, there's nobody. We used to say to the security guards that they would say, well, if fans are being abusive, the only thing to do is to invite them on the field with you, and then we'll take care of them.
Once they jump the wall, right?
Yeah, once they jump the wall, I'm sorry, you're in the lion's den. And so, and that was the reality. That's how it worked. And say, why don't you come down here and say that? And they wouldn't. And so it's like you just have to just take it and suck it up. But again, for young players today, they have to suck it up 24/7. We didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only sat in the bleachers a couple of times. I did it a couple times last year, and I was shocked at how much heckling that there was. Like, I just didn't know that.
Go to a game in Philadelphia or New York, and then you'll be doubly surprised, or triply. And that's really the other reality of it. He's, obviously he's in kind of a powder keg moment of where, he actually was with the Mets at one point. Now he's with the Cubs. He's in some pretty major markets, and there's some pretty vile things that go on at the ballpark. And, there's only so much you can do to calm that, because people kind of believe it's kind of okay and that's part of being a fan. What is being a fan? Is being a fan booing and yelling and cussing at the other team? Many people believe, yes, that's what the great fans do. I'm not in that corner.
So our mutual buddy, Mike Claiborne, is famous for saying, "Don't talk to me till Flag Day."
Right, it's coming up. It's coming up.
We're just coming up,
Month
right?
away.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Big party on Flag Day. Yeah, you bet.
Well, how are you feeling? How are you feeling pre-flag?
Well, feeling good about what's going on pre-flag. It actually, good is not even a strong enough word. Where they are now is way better than we thought they'd be. And I'm not ready to say, get out the World Series tickets. I'm not saying that, but I just think I do think it is something that I'm just really, thrilled about the energy that's going on at the ballpark, the direction. I'm more thrilled about the direction than I am about their chances. I think that's the
great point.
The way I would summarize it.
Yeah, I like that a lot, because look, this could be real. We have to acknowledge it's deep enough now where you're a quarter of the way in the season. Like, this not fluky at 40 plus games. But it's also, you still got 3 times as many games as that left. So there's a lot of things that can change, injuries and slumps and stuff. But it's at least, you're right, that's such a great way to look at it, because it's changed, I think, just the vibe around the team, the fan base. Everybody's lighter, everybody's having more fun, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially because it's being driven in large part by young dudes.
Yeah. And it's been driven by Ollie and the coaches too, that are the right people for these guys. And so the whole mix is just really good. And again, where will we be when we talk about this on July 4th and on trading deadline day? It's going to be a couple more markers, and a lot can happen between now and then. Actually, not just with the Cardinals, but with other teams as well. Tampa Bay was terrible the first 2 weeks of the season, and there were people saying, "Oh, the Cardinals beat Tampa, so what? They're terrible." No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
They were supposed to be in a beginning of a minor rebuild like the Cardinals, and obviously both teams have blown up.
100%. And so, but you blow up for a while, and then maybe you believe in yourself and you get better. So that's also possible. I don't see Jordan Walker going into some major tailspin at this point. I think he knows who he is right now, and he's figured something out. And I just don't think he's going to forget that. So I feel like there's some development right before our eyes, which is really fun to watch.
So there are obviously going to be some consequences when Lars Nootbaar comes back, because, of course, he's an impactful player. But what are the possible things that could happen? Who's not so happy for Lars to come back on the team?
Well, I mean, I think Lars has to. I mean, I hate to say it this harshly, but Lars has to prove himself too. I mean, Lars is a guy that's been a good player, but not a great player. And so to say, is he going to be better than Church right now? I mean, I don't. He's going to have to prove that to me. And so, is Victor Scott going to be the one that's a little nervous about what might happen? The Church might move to center. Well, yeah, I'm sure he is. But I mean, honestly, obviously, Newbar is a quality player, but he's going to have to show that he's the player that he was 2 or 3 years ago, and not the guy that was hobbling around in the outfield because his feet were in terrible shape. And injuries can change a person, and you gotta show that injury is behind you, and now you're that youthful, energetic guy, and you have a great idea of the strike zone, and you can hit with power. All that. I mean, I think he's going to have to just prove that. I mean. Honestly, you hope for that, but you don't know.
It's a great point, Ricky, especially, and I can't remember how long ago. So actually, it would have been right after Alan Craig's foot injury.
Yeah,
I reached out. Yeah, I reached out to a doctor who's a specialist with foot injuries and athletes, and talked about how much it changes everything. It changes your balance, your kinetic. And some people don't get back to normal, and they don't get back to normal right away. Others do, but it's very difficult to do. And look, we saw what got Albert's numbers to drop when he was leaving here and going to Animate. It was leg injuries. It was ankles and quads and hamstrings and knees and those kind of things. It takes some time. So, Newt's got another, 3 weeks, I think, on a rehab assignment. He's got, 20 total days. So he's got a ways to go because he just started over the weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does in the minor leagues. But you're right. That's a thing that it's not guaranteed that he's himself right away.
So Tommy Edman would be another example.
Great
of that.
example.
When he hurt his hand, I heard people say people had no idea when you hurt that hand the way he did, you are not the same player. And expect him to come back and be the same guy. Now he wasn't for a very long time, and then he was in October for the Dodgers. Well, good for him. I'm happy for him, but he's back to being a guy that can't play right now. So I think you have to kind of weigh all of that.
Mm-hmm. Not easy to do, and.
No.
Obviously, when you're going well, and we don't know what it's going to look like in 3 weeks, as we kind of just alluded to, but you also don't want to rock the boat too much when something changes. To your point about saying he's got to prove it, right? He's got to show that he's going to be an upgrade from who would come out.
So Lars never would have woke up in the morning and said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be the old guy on the team. But kind of he is. I mean, think about that. I mean, so Jerry Royce told me early in my career, I made fun of him being older and, as a young guy. And he said, just remember, you're going to turn around in a couple years and you're going to be the old guy on the team. And man, was he right. That's so true. It happened.
Yeah, that is fast. You're right. I mean, on position player side, certainly he'd be one of the oldest guys.
Yeah, he would be.
All right, Rick, have a great series, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.
All right, guys. Good to chat.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzy, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
All right, I saw a survey earlier today, Dave, that said that home builders' sentiment is on the rise, and I immediately thought of our friends at Lombardo Homes. If you are out there thinking of building a home, go to lombardohomes.com and just check out what they can do for you. They are known for their quality, their luxury, the level of customization that you're going to be able to achieve with Lombardo. I mean, I've seen their work up close. It is incredible stuff. Beautiful, beautiful homes. And right now for the spring, they have some limited opportunities that Dave's going to tell you about.
Yeah, you can choose from a finished basement, recreation room to premium kitchen and cabinet upgrades. Or you can pick flexible options like design credits or closing cost savings. Or you could probably, honestly, knowing these guys the way I do for the past 18 years, you could probably come up with your own. Like, hey, look, these things are great, but what if you did this? I'm going to bet they would take it very seriously and maybe say yes to it. Bottom line is they're great builders. They're great people. Their homes are unique. I believe that's true. They just have a way of using space that I personally find really attractive. For all things Lombardo, go to lombardohomes.com.
Cards and Cubs. The rivalry returns to Busch Stadium May 29th, and we are kicking off the weekend early. I'm Tom Ackerman. Join me for a Redbird Roundtable featuring Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams. Thursday, May 28th at the Beer Garden at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We're talking ball, enjoying a cold beer, and celebrating one of baseball's best rivalries. The doors open at 4:30. The Redbird Roundtable, Thursday, May 28th, a free event. Must be 21 or older to attend. Full details at KMOX.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-535-1301. 800-535-1301. 800-535-1301.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. Everyone knows we need to do what we can to protect our eyesight. That includes finding the right eye doctor. For 30 years, I've been recommending the doctor's doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andrew Royer. I'm one of their patients, and so are my wife, daughter, son, and sister. These doctors and their technicians spend a lot of time with their patients. They're expert at cataracts, multifocal lenses, and light adjustable lenses. And if you're experiencing dry eye, don't hesitate to make that appointment. Dry eye, if not treated properly, can cause harm that's difficult to reverse. For excellent eye care, do what I do. Call the doctor's doctors at 314-966-5000 and visit one of their offices in St. Louis, St. Charles, and Sullivan, and at youridoc.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Dave Murray joins us in about 35 minutes. I'm confused by the weather. I'm almost obsessed with local weather coverage like television because I'm 61. It friggin' happens. I'm telling you. One day you wear dress shoes with shorts to schnooks and you're constantly looking at the weather. Yeah, I thought we were, anyway. Rach had a question about track and field.
Oh, I did. Okay, let me get this story pulled up. I believe this is out of North Carolina. There was a track runner. Is that how
I know what's going on if you want me to take it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so there was a sprinter, and he was clearly the fastest in his heat, and he was winning, and he was ahead by probably 5 yards. And when he got to about the 80-yard mark, he started kind of waving and showboating. And he was given a 5-second penalty for showboating, and therefore he didn't win the race.
Wait, what race? What length race?
100 meters. I think it was 100 meters.
It
I
says
could be wrong.
4x400 relay.
It was the relay.
Oh, so he's running a 400.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to 5 seconds seems like a lot for a 100.
Well, he was running 100, but it was a 400 race.
Oh, was it 4x100 or 4x400?
4x400.
Oh, so 5 seconds makes more sense than a 400.
Yeah.
Right, because it's a much longer. Like penalizing somebody 50% of the time it takes to run would be really extreme. I still think that's terrible. Why are we doing that?
I thought, I didn't run track, so whatever. Calling it showboating is odd to me because he literally just lifts up his hand in the air and he's showing 5 because this is apparently the 5th one in a row that they've won. So there's meaning behind it, sure, but he's literally just taking his elbow basically and putting his hand up. It's not like flipping off the crowd or what have you. I thought that was really interesting that anchored so many people.
Believe it or not, in my illustrious sprinting career, I didn't have a lot of opportunity to showboat. They wouldn't have seen me because I was behind them. But I think so long as you don't interfere with another person, and something could be crazy. Like you could get, you know what I mean? There could be an example. I'm like, yeah, that's horrible. But if you're that far ahead and you want to give a little wave to the crowd or just, I'm okay with it.
Well, apparently this young man had already been warned because prior to the race, he was flexing in front of photographers. And that was apparently just too much for some people. It's confusing to me because in some sports, you can straight up mock your opponent and everything's fine. So it's just interesting to see the different codes of conduct for different things.
Yeah.
Like flexing in front of a photographer means you're being a poor sport. I don't understand how those two things line up.
Yeah.
Also, I think that there can be punishments, there can be behavioral expectations that don't also make the competition a joke. Because if you've won by that much, there's no way you should lose because of some technicality. You beat everybody else. Why do you also have to be a saint? What is it about track and field that makes it so that you're not allowed to be cocky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and would you even call showing that you won 5 times in a row, is that cocky or is that just a fact?
I mean,
yeah, 5th time, cool. If we, win the A-list award again this year and we're like, yay, we won again, does that mean we're taunting the competition?
Did you know that came out today?
No, I didn't.
We're up for it again.
Oh, okay, cool. Go vote for us for St. Louis Magazine.
There you go.
A-list awards.
Mm-hmm. Throw it on the pile.
There you go.
Do you guys see, who John Krakauer is? He wrote Into Thin Air about Everest.
Oh, yeah.
He, I just read a really interesting article by him because he is generally credited by causing the modern Everest phenomenon.
The boom.
And he said he wishes he had never gone to Everest, wishes he had never written the book because so many people had died. It's become such a farce of itself. Just a big line of orthodontists, paying $100,000 to get up there. And I thought that was very interesting. He was like, that was a giant mistake. It was worthy of a book, but if I could take it back, I would.
Makes sense.
If I was talking to him, I would tell him not to regret it. I mean, all you did was tell a great story. And a lot of people took good things out of that. And just because some people get a little doopy or whatever, that's not your fault. I mean, people are stupid. They find ways to get themselves in trouble all the time. I don't think that I'm glad he told that story because then the rest of us can admire it without being the dummies that are just going to pay to go do it because someone else is actually doing the work for you.
It's got to be heartbreaking for him though to see the level of like just the littering alone and the junk people leave behind on Everest. That's got to be tough.
Yeah.
If you did it the right way and you love it so much and then it's just like, yeah, I want to do that too. Okay.
Did you see that Elon Musk, speaking of himself, said that I think you'd have to say that I have reached Jesus-level technology.
Wait, what? Who said that?
Okay.
Elon.
Oh.
Mostly because of his brain implant that he can, Jesus gave sight to the blind and such.
Sure. And people all around the world are using that and there's no issues and it's all working just fine. That's what I'm hearing from you, Elon? Or is it you have yet to deliver as usual.
What a weird cat. Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. Ran into Steve, the CEO, last time I was there, which is about a week ago. I like going there. I don't tend to do things I don't like to do. I'd find another way to do it. And then also, for the first time, when I didn't have time the other morning to go down to Lime Ferry, I went to the website and I found a credit union downtown, right downtown here at like 10th and Pine. We've walked by it a million times, Rage, and went in and said, hey, I'm a First Missouri customer. And they said, great, here you go. Give me your check. They put it into their account, and it was immediately credited to mine. It's pretty damn cool. In fact, you can do that all over the world. Steve told me a story about one of the members at First Missouri that was in Germany and ran into some trouble, lost some documents and such, and they were able to go to a facility there and do everything they needed to do financially. We have 4.27% that we pay you on your checking account up to $100,000. We just lowered the vehicle loan interest rates again. 314-544-5050, the number one, stmocu.org.
I was diagnosed with postmenopausal osteoporosis and thought, am I going to step off a curb and break my ankle? My doctor said I needed to start treatment right away. He prescribed Divinity and my bone density improved. Now I like knowing I have stronger bones.
For women with postmenopausal osteoporosis at high risk for fracture, there's more you can do to strengthen your bones. Evenity is proven to significantly reduce spine fracture risk in 12 months. Elaine is a real Evenity patient. Individual results may vary. Evenity can increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you have had a heart attack or stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing, muscle spasms or cramps, numbness or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems as they have been reported with Evenity. Report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with Evenity. Ask your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. So this is not the time for I hope it works out. That's why Steve All and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines can impact your returns, dealing with issues like taxes, outliving your money, and long-term care. Retirement Simplified, May 19th and 21st. It's complimentary, but you must qualify to attend. 636-230-8824 or at yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, we've got some rain in the region right now downtown at the Arch. It is 80 degrees. It is going to be tarps off again tonight at Busch Stadium. In fact, one of the guys involved in that trend is throwing out the first pitch against the Pirates, Bryce Bradford.
Wake up this morning, getting ready, and Bryce, what? It's confirmed. You're throwing out the first pitch. And I was shell shock.
Of course, you can hear every Cardinals game right here on KMOX. The pregame for tonight versus the Pirates is at 5:50. A St. Charles County lawmaker is calling for a special session to suspend Missouri's gas tax through the end of the year. Republican Tricia Burns says her plan would pause the state's almost 30-cent per gallon tax for 7 months, a move expected to cost about $713 million. But with that tax funding roads and bridges, MissouriNet asks, how would the state make up that lost revenue?
We have plenty of money in general revenue, but MoDOT also has reserves as well. I would say let's go ahead and let MoDOT keep those reserves, and let's backfill that with general revenue.
Burns points to Missouri's roughly $1.65 billion in transportation reserves and nearly $5 billion in general revenue already directed to road projects in recent years as evidence that the state can cover the cost without impacting infrastructure. A man swinging a pipe north of downtown was shot by St. Louis police.
St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says the initial encounter with the man swinging the pipe came at Broadway and Locust when he threw a cup of coffee on one of the responding officers. They later encountered him a second time across the street from the Dome at America Center in a parking lot next to the Missouri Athletic Club. McCoy says that officers attempted to order him to stand down and even tased the man to no effect, and at which point he pulled out a knife. McCoy says the victim later died of his injuries in the hospital. Outside the Dome at America Center, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The Illinois Republican Party has a new leader. Here's Mallory Vorbroker.
Bob Grogan will serve as Illinois Republican Party chair, replacing Kathy Salvi, effective immediately. Grogan is a lifelong resident of DuPage County, where he served as auditor from 2008 to 2020. He takes over at a time when the state party is struggling to get Republican voters to the polls. The Chicago Tribune reports there were more than 220,000 fewer GOP votes cast in the 2026 primary compared to 4 years earlier.
The Kansas City Chiefs will be without one of their wide receivers for the team's entire spring program. Rashee Rice was booked into the Dallas County Jail today after testing positive for THC, a violation of the probation he's been on since pleading guilty last summer to felony charges from a 2024 high-speed crash. Rice is set to be released June 16th. That means he'll miss both rounds of voluntary OTAs as well as the team's mandatory minicamp, which wraps up on June 11th. He is entering the final year of his rookie contract. From the KMOX business desk, Teamsters at Heartland Coca-Cola, the local bottler and distributor of Coke products in the St. Louis area, have a new 5-year contract. More than 35 service equipment workers represented by Local 688 voted 90% to approve the agreement, which includes an 18% wage increase, lower health care costs, and protections for retiree health benefits. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stiefel and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Interest rates, as represented by the 30-year government bond, hit a high of 5.18% today, a level last reached in 2007. These higher rates negatively affect stock prices. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slid 321 points, or just about 0.2%, to 49,364. The Standard & Poor's 500 index also down about 0.2% at 7,353, while NASDAQ Composite Index lost 0.8% to finish at 25,870. Closer to home, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index did not escape the selling, as that index fell 0.75% at 1,622. Checking on some stocks of local interest, Centene gained 1.5% at $59.15. Build-A-Bear Workshop jumped 7.5% at $37.48. On the downside, Stiefel Financial lost a little less than 2% at $72.61. Boeing down 2.5% at $215.01. And finally, Clayton-based Olin fell a little bit more than 4% to close at $25.96. This has been Scott Bedell from Stiefel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stiefel.com.
Let's to keep things unsettled going through our Tuesday afternoon ahead of that cold front that does not come through until later on tonight. So periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms, and a couple of those could be strong to severe, though it's not for everybody, but we'll be watching. 85 for the high. Tonight, periods of rain and storms turning cooler as the front comes through and the winds turn to the northwest. 58. Wednesday, partly sunny. It's a cool day. 69 degrees for the high, but it's a pretty day. 52 and some clouds around Wednesday night. Thursday, partly sunny and nice 73. And let's bring some more showers and thunderstorms in Friday and Friday night. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Call Overhead Door Company of St. Louis for their 26-point tune-up. It's one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Schedule online at overheaddoorstlewis.com. Live look at the radar shows. For the most part, it's just gloomy around the St. Louis area. Might have some sprinkles to the south of Oakville. A little bit of garden variety showers, as Dave Murray would say, to the north of St. Charles, around Newtown, also to the south of Cedar Hill. Right now, downtown at the Arch, it stands at 80 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Few minutes past 3 p.m. Dave Murray joins us at 3:35. Tuesdays are typically the think tank. Today we have Steve Ellman, who is the current and trying to be the next county executive for St. Charles County. Steve Butts, who is a representative who is running for the Senate. Two great guys, really good guys. I'd like to have some of my clients on now and then, so long as it's like an interesting thing, especially when they're early on. And one of my new clients is Timberline Tree Care, and Ben Barnett is the owner, and we become buddies, and he's been out to the house, and he's done some work for me. And so welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. What a great day to be here. It's actually my wife and I's anniversary today.
Nice. Congratulations.
So,
Happy anniversary.
It's a great day for us. And just like any good husband, I've been thinking all day about what I'm going to buy her on the way home because I didn't even
Gotta
remember.
do it the same day. Yeah.
So-
Don't out yourself. Don't out yourself.
Oh, there's no chance she's listening. So, she's working hard today, working hard. But happy anniversary to you. Thank you.
How many?
How many all in
Years.
all, or just this marriage?
Just gonna aggregate them. What's your average? That's funny.
8 years. We're married to my beautiful and talented and lovely wife.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Thank
Some
you.
congratulations.
Thank you. It's an awesome day. Thanks for having me, all you guys. It's great and fun to be here.
Yeah. So you're a listener.
Yeah.
And you said that Rach sounds exactly like she does on the radio.
She
but
does to me. Yeah.
Not so much us.
Not so much you guys. It's weird, but once you kind of put the face to it, and okay, that's the voice I recognize. But when you first say hello, it's like, wait, that's not quite the one that I'm used to. But
Cognitive dissonance.
It's
There's
gaining on me though.
there's a little like tone and pace difference when it's like in the hallway saying hello versus like, hi, we're on the radio.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
true.
And I think that's the difference. Maybe it's like the professional, I'm a professional radio personality versus, hey, what's up?
Exactly. So tell us about Timberline.
Timberline, yeah. I started Timberline just right before I graduated from Mizzou, 2001. It was kind of a summer deal at first, and like many people that start little businesses, it became a side gig, and then it became more of a permanent thing. Then you're hiring people, and the next thing you know, I would say we're probably in the top 10 as far as size of St. Louis market tree services. And in the last 25 years, in my opinion, we are far and above the best quality, the best customer service that you can get as far as a tree service in our area goes.
Isn't it weird how life goes?
It is weird.
Right? Like it's been, 25 years. And I always say to my kids, like, once you get to my age, you're not going to believe how quick that 25-year core.
I'm learning it. It's terrible. Every week goes by, it feels like a day and a half.
Yeah.
And then every month goes by, and I just can't deal with it anymore. I don't even know how I'm going to get by.
So, good day to talk about the tree service. because we've had storms. We have some more weather coming in. You know we're going to get more. What is kind of the typical, like, if a bad storm comes through, not as bad as the tornado from a year ago, but a typical thunderstorm out in St. Peter's takes down some limbs and trees. I know that there are storm chasers out there.
Oh, yeah.
Who just follow the storms and show up. My mom got taken really bad by one of them.
There's so many stories about that. And the best piece of advice as far as I can give you as far as a storm chaser, there's 150, probably 200 tree services locally that you can Google right now. And any one of them, well, some of them will come out. There's no reason for anybody to ever knock on your door and just say, hey, I'm happen to be in the neighborhood, but because you're not, you're going to get taken advantage of. I've heard it so many times. Nice elderly people, oh, this person came by and they said they were here. And then the next thing you know, they're not at gunpoint, but, we're going to the bank because I'm getting cash and I'm getting it right now. And they didn't do exactly what you thought they were going to do. And they're just taking advantage of people. There's plenty of local good tree services around here where you just don't need to wait for somebody to knock on your door to get something done.
I didn't realize until our last conversation that while that there's no like official body that licenses and makes sure that like I could start Dave's tree service tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Any one of us could go out, and that's how most of them get started. In the state of Missouri, there's no state licensing board. You have to be licensed to cut hair, but you don't have to be licensed
to take a big tree down.
Now, there are municipalities, Kirkwood, Clayton, you have to get a business license, a tree service license, but they just take their $100. They don't really check anything. If you give them your $100, you're getting a license.
In.
Yeah. So there's nothing. Other states, other countries certainly do have more stringent standards, but we don't have that in the great state of Missouri. So, yeah, you're kind of taking chances. There's nothing that proves anyone's better than anybody else, or at least good. So you have to do your own diligence just to make sure that you're not going to get taken or screwed over. And once these trees get messed up by somebody that really doesn't know what they're doing, there's no getting them back.
Yeah, you've said that to me several times.
Yep.
You have to be really, really careful.
Right.
So how is the business different than most people think it is? An example is I grew up with, we need to get that tree topped.
Right.
And then a few years ago, another buddy of mine who does tree stuff said, we don't really do that anymore.
That's kind of an old practice, and I don't know why everybody started doing this, but you still see it all the time. Improper pruning practices, whether it's topping your tree. A lot of old timers, I've had it topped and then it finally died. Yeah, it's going to, because you're messing it up. You're taking all of the food factories. The leaves on these trees are what creates the sugars that keep it going, through the winter and into the next year. And you're just cutting all that off, and you're creating wounds and decay, and you're creating all kinds of problems for yourself. There's no reason ever to do it. There are ways to properly mitigate risk. If you're worried about a tree too big, it's going to fall. It could potentially fall. Everybody that ever has me out to their place to look at a tree, it's too big, it's going to fall right out of my house. Well, it's been standing there for 80 years. What makes you think that today it's going to fall? Let's really think about this before you make a knee-jerk reaction. The neighbor's tree may have fallen last year, but it might have had some defects.
Yeah.
There's things that we can look at. If it's a healthy tree, I don't want to cut it down. I'm not going to be judgy, but I'll try to talk you out of it first.
So as someone with lots of anxiety who does worry about trees falling down, when you show up at a house and you say to the owner, your fears were well-founded, what typically do you find in an older big tree that you think this thing could go?
We can, the outward signs that you can see, if there are fungal bodies, mushrooms growing around the base, you can that's an indicator of root rot or heart rot, or there could be some decay within the tree. You can look for cavities, different defects like included bark. If there are two main stems and they grow up at a real narrow angle, that's a defect where one could split off. You're probably familiar with the Bradford pear trees.
Yeah.
They break all the time. That's all they are, is included bark. It's a bunch of stems coming out of the same spot, and they all go up at a real steep angle. Wind blows, they fall over. That's kind of what they do. And you can take that same principle to many different trees that often have that common defect.
Boy, St. Louis seems to love their Bradford pears.
Oh, I think it's everywhere. I believe it was 1974 was a USDA selection. Bradford pears, they say, no, these are the newest, greatest thing. They're a clone tree, a cultivar of a regular pear tree. So they found these and they cloned them, and they said, look at all these great trees. They flower, and they're so pretty, and they're all uniform, and they all look good. And then 20 years later, they all started falling down. So they said, well, okay, well, maybe if we made it a little bit different and chose a different cultivar, we could do that. And then there's 50 million of this other cultivar, say it's Cleveland Select or a different kind of pear tree. And then they started crossbreeding. Before that, they couldn't crossbreed because they're all clones. And then they start crossbreeding, and now we have pear trees growing up in every right-of-way, every side of every highway, every ditch, they're everywhere. So the Missouri Department of Conservation is doing their best to eradicate them, which is probably never going to happen.
And you will do what you did for me. Come out to the house, look at every tree, every bush. Hey, this is healthy. This one could use a little work, XYZ, a little TLC. And then you have a program that may be unique, at least in our area, where you can basically say, and when you told me about this, I said, oh my God, I used to live in Webster. People would love that because they're obsessed with their 80-year-old trees. And you can say for X amount per year, we'll be like your tree butler. Like we'll make sure this thing's taken care of.
Yeah, we found through the years that some people just want us to do everything possible for their tree. They don't want to have to worry about it. They don't want to have to call me 5 times a year to come out and do certain things. They just, hey, go ahead and do everything. So what we did was we put a whole package together that includes everything. You know, your soil testing, your annual inspection for a certified arborist, myself to come out and take a look, or one of our other 7 certified arborists. Fertilization if you need it, insect treatment, fungicide and bactericide treatments. And the best part about this whole thing is every 5 years, you're going to get the tree pruned anyway because it's growing, towards your house or it's got some dead limbs in it. We take care of all of that, all under this package. So you never have to make a phone call to me again. I'm going to come out and I'm going to take care of everything your tree could need through the course of a year. And if your tree dies while it's under our care, we'll take it down for you for free.
So most people love their trees, but they don't really look at them.
Right.
What are some of the telltale signs that maybe you need to call you or another tree service?
Well, if the sun's shining tomorrow, you should call me. If it's cloudy tomorrow, you should still call me. And if it's raining, you should call me. If it's storming, you should definitely call me, no matter what. But yeah, there's certain things to look at. A big mature tree, or I guess any tree for that matter, if you start to notice dead limbs in the tops, the tips of the canopy, the part that's exposed to light, and they start to die back, it just starts getting smaller, essentially. That's a sign that there could be some things going on, potentially some root issues, and maybe some things we can take care of. Any browning or necrosis of leaves during a time when it shouldn't be happening, this time of year, possibly you have something going on. And there's a lot of times that we can take care of a lot of these things as long as we catch them early enough. A lot of people call me, the tree's completely defoliated. There's nothing left of it. And they say, oh, what can we do now? It's dead now.
Take it down.
Yeah, we could take it down. But if you would have called me maybe a year ago when you first started seeing this happen, we might have been able to do something about it.
Gotcha.
So.
Boy, that went by really fast. If you want to talk to Ben, go to stltreecare.com. Name of the company is Timberline, stltreecare.com. Anything else you want to leave them with? Anything special going on now, or anything special about this time that they need to be thinking about?
Well, it's springtime. Everybody's jumping on everything outdoors right now, as long as the weather allows it. We typically bring our best prices at all times. There's generally no specials or anything like that we do. We just want to do a really good job for every client that we work for, and we're going to take care of you, and we're not going to stop until it's right the way you want it.
Cool. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
So I'm just going to make this really simple because I have to go to the bathroom. Dr. Kathy Moffitt is there for you. And here's what I would suggest. If you're over 40 If you're under 40 and you feel like crap, maybe go to your general practitioner because maybe there's something more sinister going on than your testosterone. But if you're, and by the way, Dr. Maupin is a medical doctor, so you can have a blood test at 35 and the testosterone's fine, and then she can help you with what it could be, thyroid or something else. But if you're over 40 and you just don't feel good, okay, forget about comparing. You're just not feeling the way that you want to feel on a daily basis. From my experience, there's a very good chance that it's at least partly your testosterone kind of going away, which naturally happens. It seems to happen more quickly in 2026 than it did maybe 50 years ago, maybe microplastics or who knows what, the aliens, but it's happening. I have been doing the pellets for 7 years. I can swear by them. I've had zero bad effects. If they're causing bad effects, I'm not clocking it. Last year, because I'm lazy and I procrastinate, I went about 8 months over what I should. Now I know what it feels like to be 61-year-old Dave with no enhancements, and it's not pretty. All it takes is a blood test, which we'll set up for you, and then we'll take you from there. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created NeoVitan to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
Hey Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't miss the final home game of the season. Your St. Louis Battlehawks take on the Dallas Renegades Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. at the Dome. It's Battlehawks Kids Day. Plus, fans can score an Archie bobblehead while supplies last. Tickets start at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com. Caw-caw.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Went to the bathroom, stopped in my office, took a look at Drudge, and the big red headline is that as a part of this settlement that we talked about with attorney Brad Young, where there's $1.8-ish billion being created in this fund, taxpayer funded, it's your money. That's going to go to people who were aggrieved by the Biden administration. And the thing that they just learned is that a part of the deal is that Donald Trump, any Trump, with tax issues that will be dropped, forever forgotten, and not pursued. So they have no tax liabilities whatsoever, even if they do.
Because they're a Trump?
Yes. The family.
What does that have to do with any of this?
Because the whole thing started because the Trumps were pissed because the IRS supposedly leaked their
contractor
tax
did.
returns.
Yeah, an IRS contractor is in
Yeah.
jail right now for leaking their info and some other ones too.
So now they're scot-free.
So just forever, you don't have to worry about
Or
it
is it
ever?
up to this point?
It said forever free in the headline, but as I quickly read through the article, I didn't see anything that referenced future
Right. I figured it would be like up to the point where that decision was made, because you can't legally, right, just give someone a future get out of jail free card.
It's sort of like an indulgence in the old Catholic Church.
Like, it's one thing to say these things that came before were not correctly done, so we're not going to revisit this. That's one thing. To be like, hey, you can do whatever you want from now on. Nobody's ever going to look. That's a little different.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I would hope that's not what it is.
Yeah. Guess who MAGA has turned on?
Uh-oh.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Really?
Because he is campaigning with Massey, who the president hates.
Oh.
And today is the election to see whether he's going to keep his seat in, I believe, Kentucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems like he's going to lose.
It does.
Last I saw the report is he's down pretty big.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Because I'm of two minds. You know, I can't stand Trump. So when he does something, it usually pisses me off. But at the same, I think it's dirty pool. I don't want him to be a king. I hate the fact that he's so friggin' insecure and thin-skinned that he can't take anyone disagreeing with him. But he's not the first politician to go after his enemies.
No, I think this is, like, to me, there's an equivalent. It's not, I mean, nothing's exactly the same, but similar to the way that Bernie Sanders just got shoved to the side by leadership in the party for whatever their reasons were. Obviously, I think they probably felt like he wasn't electable, or maybe it's because Hillary was next or whatever it was. But like, we see the national party get involved in these things, and I don't like that in the sense that the people in each state should be the ones that are deciding based on what they know about candidates, not because the national party of either the Republicans or the Democrats threw millions of dollars into it to influence it one way or the other.
Yeah. The most expensive House race of all time.
So again, you're right. It happens all the time. It's not a specific Trump complaint, but this is what people don't like, right? This is what people don't like when Washington, D.C. gets in the way.
Yeah.
And it's one example of it.
This is fortuitous. My next live endorsement is for Ben, who you just met, Timberline Professional Tree Care. And I would basically say, like, hey, you just heard him. You hear what I hear. When he was at my house a week or so ago, I walked out to his truck, and he was on the phone with a lady, a customer. And it was almost like he set it up, because she was just like, you're the nicest person I've ever met. And if everyone at your company's as nice as you, and he is, he's a really nice guy, really good dude. He reminds me of the people I grew up with, people who their word was their bond. And if they shook your hand, then damn it, that's the way it's going to be. He is a certified master arborist. He also has 7 other certified arborists on his staff. There's going to be one on every crew. So if you need that, you're going to have that. Whether you just need an analysis, you need some trimming, you need a tree taken down, whatever it is, you can trust Ben. It's Timberline Professional Tree Care, stltreecare.com, stltreecare.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we've only got one interstate jam right now. We have a crash on eastbound 64 west of McKnight. They're working to clear it. Right now, the left lane's blocked, and eastbound 64 is jammed back through Spady, almost to Ballas, eastbound 64. Bumper to bumper there coming in through that mid-county stretch. Westbound 64, Science Center out to McCausland, still then it backs up at Hanley out through McKnight, looking at the eastbound crash scene. South 170 bogs down at Delmar, doing part to that. Westbound Highway 70 this afternoon, some slow traffic, 94. Out through Zunbelt opens up before Cave Springs, TR Hughes to K, then just briefly at 61. If you're on South 270, Olive down to 64, but then it opens up southbound 55. Looks great downtown all the way to Festus. On the Old Boy side, the usual delays. Eastbound 64 slow. East of the usual Veterans to 64, and eastbound 64, east of 111 through 157 is heavy as well. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
S&L Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call S&L. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. S&L Coin.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Road trip through America's musical past as the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra teams up with the sensational doo-wop project for a night of vintage soul and seamless harmonies. Experience the iconic sounds that shaped American music through the evolution of doo-wop, including favorites like Sherry and Walk Like a Man, along with doo-wopified renditions of modern hits and more. Buckle up for a feel-good celebration that brings generations together featuring the doo-wop project and your St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. Saturday, May 30th at Powell Hall. Tickets on sale now at slso.org.
Most sellers put their home on the market and just wait to see what happens. This is Debbie Monterey. I'm with Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Today, the Cards, the Pirates.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 645.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back. DGS on KMOX. Dave Murray joins us, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. What are you doing over there?
Just dancing on the table.
I'm checking the radar. Hell yeah.
You check the radar on your own time. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I was saying to the guys, I'm kind of confused. No shade to the local TV meteorologist, but I thought it was going to be like storms tonight, and it's not looking like a lot so far.
No, we're done.
Okay.
There's a little bit of light rain still hanging around, and that's kind of fading. I think another maybe 2 hours or so. But it'll be cloudy and gloomy. The threat of severe weather, the threat of thunderstorms, period, is over.
Okay.
Not going to see it.
Good.
Cold front getting closer and closer.
All right.
So keep throwing that shade.
All those local TV guys just lying to me, so. Which way do we go? Gosh, I started to say for the weekend, but it's only freaking Tuesday. So
it is only Tuesday. It seems like it's
does.
a lot later than that.
It
And
does.
I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah.
Must be because of what I went through yesterday. And,
Right. Yeah, having a camera up your butt, that'll do it.
That's right.
So tomorrow is the big summer forecast.
Right.
Great.
It is.
Looking forward to that.
Right there.
That is the
done.
scariest. That's the scariest one to me. Like, there's very little that you could say about winter where I'd be like, oh no. But like when it's, July is going to be blistering, I'm like, damn it.
Well,
oh boy,
maybe not.
Okay. All
Maybe
right.
not.
All right.
How's
Dave-
that for a
Called a
tease?
teaser.
Dave Rach went on a walk with me.
Summer is canceled.
Dave Rach went on a walk with me today, and I said, I agree with you. This is the nicest spring I can remember.
I think you guys, we mentioned this the other day. Absolutely. It's been wonderful. I mean, we've had some hot weather. We've had some kind of cold weather. But overall, it's been great.
Yeah.
And just enough rain.
Yeah, we've had so many 65-degree sunny days. Like, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. And that's the trend now. Whoop, go ahead, Rachel. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I said beauty.
Well, beauty.
Completely pointless.
No, there's a point.
Isn't that funny, Rach? When you say the dumbest thing you've said all day, and
Yeah.
then Dave Murray goes, I'm sorry.
Well, because he's so nice. He's like, I want her to have her chance to speak. And I'm like, it wasn't that great.
So, northwest flow is coming back. It's not quite here yet, but it will be. So, a lot of clouds around tonight, this evening, up through, a little bit of light rain will be around the next couple of hours. But again, it's not much. But we're going down to 55. Still kind of gloomy tomorrow. A lot of clouds, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Cool in the 60s, maybe 69 for the high. 52 Wednesday night. Thursday, partly sunny. Beautiful afternoon, 73. More showers and some thunderstorms around on Friday, but it's not strong. It's not severe. It's just showers and some rumbles here and there. Stays cool Friday, 72. A little unsettled over the holiday weekend, but I don't see any all-day rains. Memorial Day right now looks cloudy with a few showers and 82 degrees. No big heat, no big cold, but we will be cool over the next couple of days.
That's nice because in my mind, Memorial Day is always a thing. It's either raining or it's 100. It seems to kind of go that way.
I've always said in St. Louis, our 3-day weekends, usually you can write one of them off.
Yeah.
Just say it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, right. Headlines, Rach?
Yeah, I want to talk about this 12-year-old Ukrainian boy who took down a killer drone from Russia all by
Jeez.
himself. This is a crazy story. So he's 12 years old, and he was up in he watched a black quadcopter drone go past him and go towards the yard where his younger siblings were playing. So it was a fiber optic guided first person view model. And this is used to track and kill civilians, like very far from the front. And they're tethered to operators by a cable that carries video and commands. So you can't jam them via radio, but there's a cable.
Wow, it's like connected.
Yes. So he had seen the fiber optic cable hanging across roads and trees like for months because these drones are so common. And one time he asked a Ukrainian soldier, like, how do they work? And the soldier showed him how this line, which is pretty much unbreakable, but there is a way to snap it by doing like these special loops and these pinches. And he told the 12-year-old boy, like, if you ever have to do this, you need to wait 15 seconds after the drone passes so the operator can't see you. I'm gonna try not to cry. This is like so crazy. So when this little boy, he spotted the cable trailing the drone, he was up in a tree when he saw it. He drops from the tree, he grabs the cable, looped it, and he counted to 10 instead of 15 because he didn't have time.
Oh, man.
And then he yanked it and the line broke and the drone veered off and crashed. It didn't detonate, but he took it down all by himself.
Pretty great.
He's being hailed as
That
a
is
hero
great.
in Ukraine.
12 years old.
It's really cool.
I really like, learning things about people and, my friends and stuff. And you start to learn like what gets people. What gets Rachel every single time is little kids being heroic. That will always, every couple of months, we have a story about like a heroic little kid who saves the day, and it always brings Rachel to tears every time.
Well, because it's just like, I don't know. We talk about like kids these days and they're always on their phones and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, they're so resilient. And
Not
like,
all of them.
This little boy's in this situation that none of us can imagine.
No.
And he saw his siblings in danger. And like, yeah, like I didn't
saved
have
the day.
15 seconds. I had to wait 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it just kills me.
Can I say the dumbest thing? How are we still doing this? How are we still fighting like this? Just in general. We've been doing this for thousands of years. It's 2026, and we're still doing it. I mean, okay, I have a better question. What percentage of the population do you think is responsible for the fact that we're still doing this? Are we all war makers? Is it the 10% of leaders who are just selfish and billionaires and want more land? And would the rest of us be okay, or would we just be doing it if they all died off?
I mean, I don't know I really don't know the answer to that question. I do know, I think a lot more people would be anti-war if they saw the immediate effects of it.
Yeah.
But so much of us are super insulated, especially here in the U.S. We are just so insulated from anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not going to come here because we'll see it coming a mile away based on geography.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Have you seen that the president is working with Mark Cuban on this Trump RX thing? So Trump RX is basically a way where you can get prescriptions. You don't use insurance, but you can. It's kind of like a coupon system or a wholesale thing. He just teamed up with Mark Cuban to add 600 generic drugs to the Trump RX platform. I was reading a little bit about this. I mean, it's interesting. It remains to be seen how much this is actually going to help people because, again, it's like an anti-insurance thing. So you wonder how many people will do that instead of going through their insurance. But I would say it's probably a very good sign that they were able to add on these 600 generic drugs because prior to this, it was all like mainstream. I hate to say designer drug, but you guys know what I'm talking about, like the
ivermectin, stuff like that.
Right. Let's see here. World Gymnastics has lifted their restrictions on Russia and Belarus, reopening the door for their athletes to compete under their national flags. That is effective immediately.
I never like penalizing the athletes from a country because of what their government does. Just to me, it's ridiculous. If there were other parts of the world that didn't like what we're doing in Iran, should our athletes be banned from the Olympics? I mean, it's not going to happen in LA because we're the host country, but like it's the people that are competing, they're not involved in the decision. They're not involved in who's going where or going to war. And banning the athletes is not going to change the government's mind. So what's the point? It's all for show. Stop doing that.
So the world number one in women's tennis, Arina Sabalenka, she's from Belarus. And she has never come out and like formally condemned what Russia is doing in Ukraine. Which, I mean, you could argue, why does she have to? It's not her doing it. There is a tennis player from Ukraine named Marta Kostyuk. She like openly hates all of the Russian players and talks trash on them in press conferences and says all the time, like, unless you're coming out and specifically condemning, like, you are my enemy, I do not shake your hand. I don't have anything to do with you because I see the people in my country and what they're going through, and it's so awful. It's really interesting to watch those dynamics play out.
Yeah, and I know I don't know if it still plays the same way, but I know for a long time when Russian players first started coming over to the U.S. to play hockey, they wouldn't say a word because they were afraid for their families.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
So I don't know if that still plays into it or not, but it could be.
Yeah.
Speaking of tennis, 65 years after she started college, Billie Jean King has graduated. And no, this was not a fake doctorate like we talked about earlier in the show. She took online classes and she earned her college degree 65 years after she first took classes. She's 82 years old. We all know Billie Jean King. During the graduation ceremony, she hit autographed tennis balls into the crowd. I thought that was pretty cool. But good for her.
Yeah.
And she talked about Shaquille O'Neal just walked across the stage at LSU and got his master's. So it's just neat. Like these are people who don't really have an incentive to keep going other than they just want to better themselves. And I think it's really neat.
That's cool.
One more story for you guys. Aqua splits up 3 decades after Barbie Girl. I did not realize they were still together. I think it's pretty impressive that they were still together all this time after releasing Barbie Girl. But yeah, Aqua.
Oh, were they out playing Barbie Girl at carnivals and stuff?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Rachel. Explain,
I'm a Barbie
please.
Girl in a Barbie world.
Keep going.
Life is plastic. It's fantastic.
Now you know, Dave.
All right. My day is done.
You think you're still under the sedative for the colonoscopy. Thank you, Dave.
You got it.
Tell you guys about my friend Mike. I have a great bunch of guys, don't I? I mean, you met Ben from Timberline, and Mike's they're cut from the same cloth. They are just kind of, I hate to say good old boys, but I think being from South Roxana, I can say that because I grew up with good old boys, and they just are. They're the kind of person that they'll sign a contract with you, but you don't need one. If they look you in the eye and they shake your hand, they're going to do what they say they're going to do, which is something that Mike at Michael's Baths doesn't have to compete with. I'm not saying that the people who work for Bath Fitter or 3-Day Kitchen and Bath are bad people. I'm sure they're not. But they have regional managers. They have national places that they have to appease. Mike is the boss. It's his company. Everyone who shows up at your house was hired and trained by Mike to do things his way. They do nothing but bathroom remodeling. They have better sources and better products than the aforementioned national companies. They have a new wall that looks and feels just like stone without the upkeep. They're offering you a free rain shower head when you do a new bathroom, or you can upgrade safety features like grab bars or built-in seats. And he's 30 to 50% less expensive than the aforementioned companies. 636-775-0800, or just remember michaelsbaths.com.
It's 3:47. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, good news for eastbound 64 drivers. This traffic report's a service of the United Way of Greater St. Louis, helpingpeople.org. They cleared that crash eastbound 64 west of McKnight. You're still jammed east of Ballast through Clayton-Warson. Then it starts picking up the pace. South 170, that's still a solid jam south of Olive down to 64. And westbound 64 is just generally heavy from the Science Center all the way out through that Clayton-Warson area. And then it opens up until you get to St. Charles County. 364 out to 70 is heavy. Westbound Highway 70, got a little slowdown around the airport. West of 94 to Zembel. West of 79 to almost Bryan Road. And then approaching 61. South 270, a little more solid approaching Olive to Ladue. Couple of pockets around Manchester and around Big Bend. It's really not that bad running through there. 44 westbound looks good. Southbound 55 is a little busy at Highway Z. Westbound and eastbound 44 downtown around the bridges a little busy. Eastbound 70 slow. East of the Musial Veterans 64 slow approaching 255 midway to 159. I'm Roger Brand in the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
When our neighbors need support, United Way brings people together, helping families, helping children, helping people through everyday challenges, and building hope for tomorrow. Unite with us at helpingpeople.org.
St. Louis, are you ready to go Hardy?
I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed.
The country rock hitmaker behind Truck Bed. Wait in the truck and one beer. He's bringing his No Holds Barred live show to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater June 5th. With special guests Cameron Whitcomb and McCoy Moore. Hardy, live, loud, and unapologetic. One night only. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Chrysalis Biosciences in Sauget, Illinois is hiring for multiple roles. Join a fast-growing ethanol plant transforming renewable energy with competitive pay, benefits, and growth opportunities. Apply today and grow your career with Chrysalis at chrysalisbio.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvutra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvutra for ATTRCM.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Story Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Story Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Story in St. Louis, at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX. This is the Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. A few minutes shy of 4 p.m. We have St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman and Rep. soon, hopefully, to be Senator Steve Butts joining us. Andrew, what's got you riled up about Baby Gorku?
What's Baby Gorko doing?
Oh, he's on the phone. I think about Baby Gorku.
Oh, making a call to the studio.
The guests. I'm sorry.
Kev, tell me about the $40 bucket of nachos.
Oh, did you guys see this? Have you seen this
I've
at
not
all?
seen it.
All right, so I'm gonna throw this at you guys, and I'll give you the details. I'm not gonna just like blindly throw it at you. But the Arizona Diamondbacks are selling a bucket of nachos at their games. So this bucket, the challenge, it's not a challenge the team is promoting, but the internet challenge is, could you and a friend take down this whole bucket in a 9-inning game?
Yes.
So just keep in mind that the bucket costs $40. Okay, so it's a lot of nachos. Yeah. It's 128 ounces of nachos. That's 8 pounds. Wait, sorry, 9 pounds. It's 8 or 9 pounds.
You could have said anything, and I'd been like, okay.
So it's 8 pounds of nachos. You can choose your meat. So you can choose barbacoa, the beef. You can choose pulled pork, or you can choose chili. And you got to. Anyone here think one of us and any of you and a friend could take 8 pounds of nachos in a 3-hour baseball game?
Yes.
No. For me, it's not so much like volume. It just, there are things I can just eat the hell out of.
Yeah.
And there are other things that a little bit goes a long way.
See?
I crave nachos, but after a dozen,
Well, you have to get into a mindset
a rhythm.
of like, I'm doing this. Because
who would you pick amongst us to be your
amongst
partner?
you guys, I mean.
Because Andrew's a lie.
Andrew,
he's a lie.
I honestly might be I might be able to do better than anyone else on the show as far as like competitive eating.
I mean,
I guess I would go wheels.
I don't know, man. That's because here's the thing that's going to be hard. All that is going to be sitting there just coalescing at the bottom of the bucket.
You got to hit it fast.
Because it's going to take you it's going to take you 2 hours at least, right? So you got soggy, cold-ass nachos that have been sitting around with sour cream and guacamole and all this other stuff in there. I think that sounds like it's just no fun.
You say guacamole weird.
Yeah, I know.
Luke says, me and my friend, myself, could absolutely finish that.
I mean, 8 pounds, dude.
It doesn't look so
Jenny
scary.
Barnard says, I listen to the DGS almost daily, but this is the first time I've watched. It's interesting to see everyone live. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
How are you? Ooh, Paul Charsley says, bring a blender.
It might make it easier. It's going to be like a drink by the end.
Yeah. Andrew, $40 of nachos, 9 pounds of nachos with fixins. You and another person have to eat it in 9 innings. Can you do it?
You talking about earlier today? I didn't know you guys were watching.
Who on the show would you pick to eat the nachos with you?
That is a really good question. Probably you.
Good choice.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah, I think you're
I think
right.
it would be you.
That's the choice.
I think the Dave,
Kevin can't even do a whole big arch.
I know. You're right. That's a good point. Is it wrong or mean for me to say that the middle-aged guys are going to struggle with this? Like the two of us.
It's only mean to me.
Oh,
Well,
like
I mean, the two of us. What's that?
Like because of heartburn?
Well, just everything. Heartburn, the long-term after effects of eating all those nachos.
I love Rachel so much. She's like, is it because of the physical atrophy?
Is it because you guys are old as dirt?
Is it the fact that your bones are porcelain?
Is it the crumbling to dust aspect?
I'm going to tell you right now, in my 20s, I don't think any doubt, me and any teammate from college, we'd have killed that thing. Now, no chance.
Give me 10 more years and I'll fit in that bucket. So. I'll tell you guys about my good friend, Dr. Matt Bays, and he is a good friend of mine. I've known Matt, got to be going on 20 years now. And he is a sports medicine doctor. He spent about 10 years with a practice that did primarily stem cell injections, and I represented them and full-chested absolutely a proponent of that because I've interviewed about 12 different patients. One I've talked about many times who was a former special operations guy, super cool dude, about my age, big, burly, big beard, just looked like someone out of the teams, and was very honest with me. He's like, Dave, I've jumped out of more planes than I can count. I've been shot several times. I've broken pretty much every bone, and the only thing that gives me any relief are the stem cell injections from Dr. Bays. But that's not all he does. If you are injured freshly and you want to see a sports medicine doctor, call him. He'll get you right in, I promise. If you have something going on chronically, maybe you know exactly what it's from, old sports injury or a car accident, or it just kind of popped out of nowhere, which happens when you get older, he can help you with that as well. 636-735-3003 or Bays, and that's B-A-Y-E-S, BaysSportsMed.com.
With summer here and the kids home full-time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original red ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Google has launched a new screenless fitness tracker powered by artificial intelligence. The Fitbit Air is Google's smallest tracker yet, packing high-fidelity sensor technology in a tiny pebble that tracks heart rate and variability, blood oxygen levels, sleep stages, and other health metrics. Google says the Fitbit Air has up to a week of battery life and takes just 5 minutes to charge for a full day. I'm Jason Brooks.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SHAF.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, if you're traveling on southbound 170, we're still pretty busy. We had an earlier crash on 64 that backed up the Interbelt a little heavier than usual, so it's bumper to bumper most of the way from Olive down to 64 southbound on 170 right now. Northbound 170 just typically heavy from 70 up to Airport Road, just slow through there. East and westbound 70 around the city limits, Jennings Station kind of busy. Both directions around Earth City 270 are a little heavy, eastbound actually more so than westbound there. And then west of 94 to Cave Springs are slow. TR Hughes through K and west of Lake St. Louis out through to almost Wentzville Parkway, just some heavier stretches. Westbound 64 Science Center headed all the way to Hanley's heavy. After that, it's west of Winghaven Pockets out to 70. Southbound 270, 364 to 64. North of Manchester to about Doherty Ferry, then it's not so bad. Downtown, eastbound 70 backed up east of Packers Avenue and 64. 111 past 157. For the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 4 o'clock, we've got some rain moving through the region. Downtown at the Arch, it is 78 degrees. The St. Charles City Council is expected to vote on a potential mega data center ban tonight as the one-year ban expires soon. This comes as the city's planning commission in St. Louis last night pumped the brakes on a revised plan for regulating data centers. Festus residents say they are closer to recalling the city's mayor and the 3 remaining city council members after a data center was approved. And Franklin County commissioners met for 13 hours yesterday over a data center project, but took no action. Another lawsuit has been filed by opponents to Missouri's new congressional districts. Richard Von Glahn, with People Not Politicians, accuses Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway and Secretary of State Denny Hoskins of intimidating and coercing county clerks to begin implementing the new map. Hoskins has not yet certified the ballot measure designed to overturn the new congressional boundaries.
Yeah, I have certainly watched the Secretary of State. They suggested that they would refer charges to the Attorney General or the U.S. Department of Justice if clerks do not do what they say.
In his lawsuit, Von Glahn argues that the Missouri Supreme Court does not know which congressional map is in effect despite pronouncing it constitutional. A spokesperson for the Secretary of State's office says they have not received the lawsuit, while a spokesperson for the Attorney General's office says they look forward to prevailing in court. St. Charles County Representative Tricia Burns wants the governor to call a special session to suspend Missouri's gasoline tax. MissouriNet asks when it could happen and would it cost taxpayers more?
We have a great opportunity May 28th. We get a daily stipend. A lot of people are going to use that opportunity of that stipend to clean out their offices. So if we're going to be paid to be down there, we might as well have a special session and make that money count for our taxpayers.
Under the proposal, Missouri's gas tax would be suspended through December 31st. Burns says it could save drivers up to $69 a month for families. She says state funds would be used to keep road and bridge projects whole. While the new head of the St. Louis Development Corporation's only been the head of the agency for a month and a half, he's already planning for the future. President and CEO Stephen Westbrook says one of his priorities is to make it easier for developers to build and repurpose buildings downtown. Westbrook says there are several